Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Chiller Easton as we're getting ready to bring you Game 1 of Day 3 of the ACHA Men's National Tournament. And check that, it's actually already up to Day 4.
Can you believe it?
It's going fast. That other voice you hear is Matt Coma, who will be with me along this ride here for this one, as the number 3 Lindenwood Lions are going up against the Robert Morris Eagles, the 6th-ranked team in the tournament. Both of these teams have victories here. Lindenwood gets a win 2 days ago against Davenport. They win 5-2, jump out to a 4-0 lead, and then we're led by Nermanen and Lozano, each with a goal, 2 assists, and 3 points.
Yeah, Lindenwood doing a good job. It took them a while to find their legs a little bit. Having that first game, Davenport, of course, had to play that playing game on Thursday. Had a little more legs than Lindenwood did, but once they turned it on in a big way, getting that early lead and then just kind of sitting on it with great defensive play. CDOT was fantastic in between the pipes for Lindenwood. And then the defense as well, blocking shots. I think they had more block shots than Davenport had total shots in that contest, and that's something they're going to need against a strong RMU team today.
Yeah, you're right about that, as Lindenwood on the season only gave up 1.6 goals against during the regular season, so very strong defensively with 2 good netminders.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the goals they allowed. We talked about it in the Davenport game. We were here back on Friday. They don't give up a whole lot of goals. They've only given up 4 goals once this season. It's not a very high scoring output offensively when you're going against Lindenwood. And if they put 4 or 5 in the net, you can almost guarantee that that's going to be a win for them.
Yep. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they got a 3-2 victory over Iowa State. That was 2 days ago. Yesterday. That was yesterday. I tell you, we've been doing this a long time. But the bad news for them is that they lost their leading scorer in terms of both goals and points. Dan Doyle was hurt early in that contest, did not return, and he will not play today.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Robert Morris. When your leading scorer goes out, when he puts out that kind of output, 33 points on the season, it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be up to the second liners, the third liners. Someone's gonna have to step up for the Eagles if they want to knock off this Lindenwood squad, punch their ticket to the semifinals.
They are led in net by Christopher Mallon. He got 24 of 26 in the game yesterday. And Robert Morris, not too shabby defensively themselves. They only give up 2.33 on the goals against.
Yeah, they looked great against Iowa State the other day. A low scoring affair, as you saw most of the games yesterday, a 2 or 3 goal contest. Most of the games at the Ice House yesterday, and he looked really solid in that. I'm looking for him to have a big game today as well if the Eagles want to have a shot at winning this.
Yeah, we are in the round of 8. We have 3 more games coming up after this one here, as Ohio will play Illinois, Adrian has Central Oklahoma, and Minot State has Colorado. But folks, we're going to go ahead and turn it to the public address announcer and the stores to get us through the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good morning, parents and hockey fans and fans watching the live webcast on the ACHA YouTube network. Welcome to the Ohio Health Chiller Easton, Columbus, Ohio for the 2018 American Collegiate Hockey Association Men's Division I National Championship Tournament, hosted by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks. This is ACHA Public Address Announcer Andy Storrs. Today's game number 13 features on the visiting bench the number 6 ranked Robert Morris University, Illinois Eagles. And on the home team bench, the number 3 ranked Lindenwood University Lions. Let's meet the starting lineups for this morning's game. First, the visiting bench, the Robert Morris Eagles. In goal, a junior from Burnsville, Minnesota, number 29, Chris Mallon. On defense, a junior from Leavenworth, Kansas, number 16, Nick Rizzo. On defense, a junior from Park Ridge, Illinois, number 26, Chris Scordilis. At center, a senior from Peoria, Illinois, number 10, Nathan Chasteen. At left wing, a senior from Newberry, Michigan, number 8, Gavin Burbach. And at right wing, a junior from Knife River, Minnesota, number 25, Alex Anderson. The head coach of the Eagles is Chico Adradas. His assistants are TJ Caravos, Aaron Blaker, and Billy Carr. The trainers are Tony Cabeda and Michelle Lichterman. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team bench, the Lindenwood University Lions. In goal, a freshman from Northville, Michigan, number 30, Cooper Senat. On defense, a senior from Monroe, Wisconsin, number 5, Mitch Racy. On defense, a junior from Highland Ranch, Colorado, number 21, Jake Townsend. At center, a senior from Stockholm, Sweden, number 7, Alex Carlson. At left wing, a junior from Calgary, Alberta, number 18, Kate Awad. And at right wing, a junior from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, number 4, Jordan Klimowski. The head coach of the Lions is Rick Zombo. His assistants are Mark Abney and Trey Flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps and join me, soloist Andy Storrs, in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Alrighty, folks, we're just about ready to drop the puck here at Easton, Chiller Easton, between the Lions and the Eagles. And as we projected, Christopher Mallon, who got the start yesterday, will get the start again today for the Eagles. And the netminder will be Cooper Sedon, who got the start against Davenport 2 days ago for the Lions. He will start in the cage for Lindenwood.
Yeah, 2 solid goaltenders on either side. You saw Mallon do a fantastic job against Iowa State yesterday over at the Ice House. Sedon, he's been in this rink before. He knows the bounces that are going to come off those boards in his own end, as he is one of the leading goaltenders in the Division I of the ACHA, as he will be in between the net for the Lions. I'm excited for this goaltending matchup today.
Yeah, should be a good one here. It's 2 teams that play good defense with good goaltending here. It might be the first to 2 wins. But also want to mention, we said that Dan Doyle doesn't play off the start. They do have 2 other 30-point getters in Nathan Chastain and Gavin Burbich, and then another group of players, 4 players that have 20 points in Turner, Martin, Anderson, and Hart. Alex Anderson with 2 goals yesterday.
Yeah, and those are the guys that are going to have to step up in this one. Who's going to come up big for RMU to get this upset victory and punch their ticket to the Final Four, or is Lindenwood going to go back to the semifinals once again?
Alrighty, so early on we get an opening flip in, and it's just going to be held by Mallon, and we will get a whistle and a face-off upcoming here as we are just 9 seconds into this hockey game. So happy you could join us here. Thomas Piano, Matt Coma, to do the Lindenwood Lions and the Robert Morris Eagles, the 3-seeded Lions and the 6-seeded Eagles. Carlson's kicked out of the draw, so settling in now to take it will be, let's see, it looks like number 4, Klimowski, to take it, and the Eagles are going to end up winning the draw. They protect to the line and don't get it out. Big hit by Klimowski there, sent back in by Townsend. But on a delayed offside, a fanned-on pass means Gordillas had to try again to get it out, and that's going to end up being blown dead as it hit somebody on the RMU bench. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off now 21 seconds into the game.
Yeah, good job by Lindenwood trying to be the aggressor right off the bat. That first physical hit that you saw from number 4 for the Lindenwood Lions, that's Klimowski. trying to set the tone early for Lindenwood. We saw Davenport be the one that jumped out to the early start in all 3 periods back on Friday. Lindenwood needs a much better start today.
As they will have an offensive zone face-off to try to do just that. They win the draw, and it gets back to Wilk. Wilk a drive. That's blocked in front by the Eagles. Cleared off the glass and down the ice, and chasing down will be Nurminen. As we mentioned off the top, a goal and 2 assists in the first game for him. Nurminen with a long bomb pass for Lozano. That didn't connect, but Lozano's going to be able to negate the icing call. It's played away from him by Mallon, and to the far side boards where it's going to be setting up further by Sam Turner, and it ends up going out of play, and we'll get another whistle here.
Much better pace from Lindenwood. I mentioned that the slow starts that they've gone into. Much better this time around. They're the ones that have kind of set the tone a little bit. Robert Morris still trying to figure out this rink a little bit. They had practice here the other day, but other than that, this is their first game over here at the Easton rink.
Let's see if they ends up being playing a factor here, as that was held in and then bumped for his trouble there was Apo Nurminen. And then a big hit as Nurminen just ran over a player right in front of the the Robert Morris bench, and Nurminen's going to get 2 minutes for this.
Yeah, it's not good when both officials raise their hands for a call. It's a cross-checking call on the Lions, just away from the a little away from the play, and just hits him up high. He ends up using that stick to kind of just upend him. And Lindenwood, after a strong first minute or so, the first 2 shifts, they're going to be on the kill, and now Robert Morris has a chance to set their tone on this contest.
So Nurminen will go off, 2 minutes for cross-checking. In the game yesterday, Robert Morris was 1 for 6 on the power play. During the season, 19.3%. Meanwhile, the Lindenwood penalty kill was 3 for 3 in their game against Davenport, and they clicked it 91% during the regular season. So, with that being said, power play starts for Robert Morris, and a good shot there, and a big blocker save early on by CDOT. Puck played on back to the point. Coach makes a move and then another, but Owad just bumped him off and then threw it the length of the ice. Good defensive play there by Kate Owad.
Yeah, good start on the PK. Their power play a little more than what they saw against Davenport the other day. Robert Morris doing a good job of getting good looks in the offensive zone.
That's cleared the length of the ice, and I think we're going to get a penalty here against number 5, Lucas Stover, for interference, and we're going to go 4 aside here.
Yeah, I'd say Stover just got tied up in the neutral zone with one of the Lions, and just ends up upending them right in front of the view of the official. That's an interference call any day, and that's unfortunate for the Eagles after getting a good scoring opportunity right off the bat on the power play. They end up negating their man advantage, and now we go skate 4-on-4, and a little more ice to deal with here as we'll have 1 less skater on either side.
The 2 referees in today's game are Eric Krasnichuk and Andrew Thackerberry, I beg your pardon, and the linesmen Justin Cornell and Chad Fuller. So when we say linesmen and officials, that's who we're talking about. Meanwhile, as the 4 aside begins, it's brought up by Lepic. He made a nice move to get around Townsend, and now he'll go in after it. Bumped into the boards, was a Lindenwood Lion player, but they are able to get it to the line, not out. Green looks to lift a stick and move it up further. Lepic now tries to bring it back in for the Eagles, but it's in control of Townsend. He'll send it to a defense partner here as we've got 52 to go in the 4 aside, and then it'll be a very brief power play for the Lions as Green hits the line with speed, right wing side, moves in down below the circle, now cuts to the middle, and a rising shot got the glass. It's going to rim around on the kick plate and then carry him back out to center ice where Townsend's in control again. He'll wind up through the center ice and now gain the right wing line, fire it in and around. Fresh skaters out as going after it is Tommy Heinzman. It comes out to center where it's going to be grabbed by Runyon, who got a lead feed. And Heinzman back in over the right wing corner, moving to the middle, cuts the middle. He's got room, a shot. Malin challenged well and made the save there. Played on up. Burbach back the other way with speed. Burbach over the line, made the move at the line, stayed onside. Now Burbach cuts to the middle and a shot, and that was blockered up and out of play, and a little bit of open ice end-to-end action here with the 4 aside.
Yeah, excellent job by Heinzman. Nice, using that nifty move to cut into the slide and get a great scoring opportunity. But Mallon up to the task. He comes out of his crease, cuts off that angle, doesn't give him anywhere to shoot. Makes a huge save for the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, Mallon really was out high to challenge. It's a good play by him to be able to take that angle out. And confident netminder here in the early going. Lindenwood now brings it in with 30 to go on their power play that is just beginning. The Eagles are going to have the puck to start it, though, and they will clear it down. Nurminen sliced it down a little bit, but it still rolled back into the Lindenwood end. Winding up the big defenseman, Nurminen. He'll look to drag on through, couldn't move it through 2. He'll hit the deck on back in, and Heinzman's got to wait for him to get onside, and Heinzman will just peel back. little bit of a drop pass to Wilk, who will just fire it in deep. And it ended up caroming off the mesh netting, and another whistle here, and only 6 seconds to go in the Lindenwood power play, the brief power play, and it's going to be a face-off at center ice.
Yeah, it's one of the interesting things about this Chillers Ice, Eastern rink that we're at. The ice house has that Columbus Blue Jacket glass where it's very high, a lot of room for these guys to dump it in off the glass. The glass is very low, especially in the corners down here. We saw a lot of pucks in that Davenport-Lindenwood game get caught up in that net, and that's something that both these teams are going to have to pay attention moving forward here.
In addition to the short glass, short ceiling as well. It's kind of it's not far off the ice here, so if you're looking to pop a puck high into the air, there's a very real possibility it's going to carom off that ceiling.
Every rink has its own unique characters. You just got to figure them out as fast as you can.
Pucks moved to the middle, and now a shot there, hit a leg and caromed off into the corner. That was let go by Klimowski. It's a 1-on-2 battle as Robert Morris has the extra skater down there as they dig in along the boards. Baza has his man pinned to the glass there, but it'll come free and brought back. Oh, falling down, though, was a Robert Morris player trying to clear the zone. They do get it out. Big collision at center ice, and now Hart's going to bring it over the line. Try to cut to the middle and a forehand backhand move, and that got the back glass. Bodies flying all over the place as Owad hit the deck. Puck is regained control by the Eagles at center. On an onside play, there's a drive, and that stuck away as Turner let it fly. And another collision kind of at center ice. Lions trying to get it out of their own end. As we mentioned, these two teams have played each other 4 times on the year, a total of 7 goals each way, and each team winning 2 games. So not some familiarity between this team, but a lot of differences.
Yeah, 1-goal games and 3-goal games when they visited each other through the regular season, and what a way to end up have a rubber match. Your 5th game of the year, it's spot in the Final Four. Can't be any better than that.
That's for sure, as it's brought in over the line and looking to cut through is Zagrodny. He then makes a check, trying to follow up on a stick lift and could not. The Eagles now will look to stretch back. They get to the center ice zone and now carried in. Good little toe drag there to stay on side, but peeling off and going for a change is Koch. As Townsend will gain the line. He is bumped hard for his troubles and dumps it into the far side corner. Back to get it will be Nick Rizzo. Long bomb pass, glanced off the stick of Tony Dahlberg. Dahlberg, who is out the first game, is in the lineup replacing the injured Grant Garvin. Or excuse me, I beg your pardon. That was, again, last night's name, Daniel Doyle. Leading scorers all over the place.
Yeah, everybody's chasing Grant Garvin's total.
That's what it is.
In the regular season.
That's exactly right. Kalow now catches the corner. Look to get in deep and throw it to the middle. Couldn't do it there as it got caught up in some skates, and the Eagles will come back the other way. Long stretch pass there was just out of the reach of the aforementioned Dahlberg. He'll look to keep forcing the play, though. It does get chopped to center, where Lozano couldn't come up with it. Eagles on the far side, right wing side. Sweeping it in further is going to be number 17, and Casiato, as he gets it deep. He's wearing, him and the Eagles, I should say, are wearing the burgundy sweaters here with the white trim. Lindenwood in the white sweaters with the gold and black trim, and a centering pass. Oh, and it just went wide. Great opportunity there. Coming in on the back side was Alex Anderson. Cleared to the line, not out. Held in as Chastain took it away. There's it moved on to Anderson. Sharp angle. Now he'll just take it below the goal line. Centering pass. That didn't connect. Good shift here by the Eagles as they put the pressure on. The Lions get it as far as center, and Chastain turns there. Borowski plays it on the backhand up to the near side wall. It hit a leg as Spencer Dawes looks to outlet. And now Lozano looking to catch up to this one. He's in a foot race against Boborowski. Collision down below the goal line behind the net. Lions are able to dig it out. A centering pass. Oh, I think that was a flip over the net centering pass there from behind the goal line.
Had to be careful where that puck settled down. That could have easily gone in the back of the net.
Even off the back of the net, minders, it's brought in by Holt. Sends it through to the middle and just unable to handle it clean. It was Yanni cutting through the middle. Nicholas Yanni sends it back in further. Sam Turner will go give chase after it. He had to bump off Brent Bauza for the troubles. Winding up, firing it in. That puck's going to be blockered off into the corner. Thrown back through the middle, and it was deflected, but it will now come over to the near side corner. Centering pass here. It gets through. A shot on. Klimowski had the opportunity. Didn't get on goals. A block shot by the Eagles now. Townsend sends it wide. To the outside rim of the far side circle. Lions move it to the middle. There's a shot that was fanned on, and it was just going to be grabbed and held by Malin, as I believe it was Mitchell in the circle with the opportunity, but just couldn't get enough on it as he wanted to.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lindenwood, just great defensive pressure by Robert Morris. They're doing a great job of just making sure nothing gets into the slot. That was the problem that Davenport had against Lindenwood. The Lions basically had whatever they wanted. They just had that speed skill advantage. This is right down the middle, cut it as even as you possibly can. Robert Morris taking it to Lindenwood, and both teams are getting looks. Both teams playing well defensively.
Ensuing face-off is going to be one nice little drag there and a shot. Malin's got it as Michael Reese moved right to the middle of the line and let it go. But again, Malin up to the task there.
Yeah, I had to take a peek behind him just a little bit as well. Just making sure he's got a hold of that puck, make sure nothing trickled behind him. But another excellent save from Malin. He's been tested a couple of times here in this first period. So far, so good.
Off of the face-off, another shot on, and that was let go by Kayla, but it ended up hitting a leg and going out of play, so we'll do it again in the far side circle. Both teams settle in for the draw here. One on back, right in front of the Robert Morris bench. Didn't see much there, so it was played in further by Reese. Now it gets down low. Townsend trying to tie up his man, as we'll see a lot of, or excuse me, that was not 21, it must have been 27 Dawson there. Townsend tried to lift the stick and could not. Martin will throw it in. He braced for a check from Kaylau. It's Carlson out there with Kaylau as two of the three forwards. The other forward out there is number 24, Zagrodny. Actually, he's listed as a defenseman. That's the thing with this Lions, and we saw this a lot yesterday. I mean, the positions are almost interchangeable the way they play as a five-man unit out there.
Yeah, it's a full cohesive unit. Everybody back checks, everybody forward checks, and that's a fantastic sight to see if you're a coaching staff or a Lindenwood Lion fan.
Holt behind the net as he was forced there by Nick Green. Played along the far side boards. It was a drop pass to, didn't quite work out. Now that's going to be thrown to the front of the net, and a chance there, and that might have been blocked off as it went to Green, and now Malin will hold, and more good offensive opportunity here by the Lions.
Man, great job able to keep that onside. It's one of the Lions just sprawled to his feet, able to still wrist that shot into the corner, gets a good scoring opportunity for Lindenwood as they just. This has been a fantastic contest so far. We're almost halfway through this first period. 4 games between these two teams, all knotted up 2 games apiece. Shots in this game 3-3. It's dead even between these two teams.
Yeah, and they both two very successful teams during the regular season. Lindenwood very battle-tested as they were 19-8 against teams in this tournament during the regular season. And Robert Morris, to their credit, not a bad number at all, as that shot was as wide. They were 9-14. Struggled down the stretch, but still the 6th seed in this tournament. That's kicked down, and now the Lions are starting to gain some zone time there as Heinzman played it across. There's a shot in, they score! That hit somebody in front, I think. It might have glanced off Malin, but anyway, you cut it. It's 1-0 Lindenwood.
I think Nerman was the one that found his way in front of the net there as he gets a redirected puck. Malin never saw it, able to redirect. That was going to go probably about blocker high, ends up hitting him in the feet. Unable to make an adjustment for it, and the offensive pressure plays out for Lindenwood. They get the extended pressure, as you mentioned, and then they just throw pucks to the net. They get the tip goal. The referees are going to talk about this, see if this was a high stick. As I mentioned, that was going to go for the high, almost to the crossbar, and just kind of redirected back down into the feet of Malin. So we'll see what the referees end up making a call here, and it's going to be a good goal. But excellent play from Lindenwood. We talked about the cohesive unit as Nerman coming in gets it done. A defenseman parking out in front of the net gets a tip-in goal.
You know, you're exactly right about that, and that's just about the comment that I was going to make. Is it was a Nerman on a redirection. How many times do you say a goal by a defenseman on a redirection? It just you don't see it.
You never see it, and then usually you expect. If you see Nerman on the stat sheet, you expect him, it was a shot from the point that he got, not a tip goal in front.
You're exactly right. Nerman, during the regular season, 9 goals, 16 assists. Add to that the 1 goal, 2 assists from last night, from 2 days ago, I should say. And now they also get a goal early in this one. That would be his total 11th of the season, 2nd of the tournament. And with that, it is a 1-0 game as both coaches have had their say, and we're back at it. As Hunter Rushmeyer sends it rink wide, and it's going to be fired in by Green. Malin went out to play it. Couldn't slow it up. Puck up in the air right at the short boards in front of the Robert Morris bench. It's going to roll to the line, and they'll drop it off. Lead feed through and fired in by Mitchell. It sounded like they had Heinzman, number 9, and Dawes, number 27, with the assists. Time of the goal was 9:16. Second of the tournament for Nurminen. And with 10:20 to go, an offensive zone faceoff coming up here for the Lions as they've really started to carry play here in this game.
Yeah, they've strung a couple shifts together here, just getting a couple of good opportunities, keeping that offensive pressure, and that's what led to that goal. Just Robert Morris not able to get the puck out and ends up finding its way in the back of their net.
Offensive zone face-off, and while falling down, it was thrown towards the cage. There was a bit of a cross-check off the face-off. That had the center iceman for the Eagles slow to get up, but we're back at it here. Townsend now in a race with Hart. Townsend played it up the wall. Carlson dropped it back. And the Lions in their own end look for a clean breakout. Long stretch pass is redirected in, and giving chase is Carlson. Malin directing traffic and telling number 20, Bo Borowski, where to go. He had to drop it back behind his cage, and now the Eagles have it in their own end. Good force here by the Lions, and they forced a turnover as it was read and cut in by Klimowski to held the line, and finally it's brought out by the Eagles. They will gain the red and dump it in. Holt doing that. Now it's a play will be CDOT. Felt like we haven't mentioned the Lindenwood netminder's name in a while, but a turnover here. Look out. Rising shot on the backhand, and that didn't miss by much off the stick of Koch. A rare turnover by the Lions, and another one. It's Koch with a drive, and that was put right into the belly and held by Cooper CDOT.
I didn't mention that CDOT hadn't seen a whole lot of time in the last couple of minutes. That changes right here. Good offensive pressure from Robert Morris. Able to get that turnover from the defense back down low. Leads to two good scoring opportunities. You got to test CDOT. Unfortunately, that shot hits him right in the chest if you're an Eagles fan, but it's a much better response from Robert Morris in that last shift.
And we have reached the 9:22 to go in the first period mark. With that, we're going to go ahead and step aside. It is 1-0 Wood, Lindenwood over the Robert Morris Eagles.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, the official merchandise sponsor of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape of the ACHA. And by the Three-Legged Mare, located right in the heart of downtown Columbus.
And we are back inside Chiller Easton here as the Lindenwood Lions and the Robert Morris Eagles. A 3-6 matchup. Only one lower seed or higher seed, depending on how you want to look at it, one higher seed advancing in this tournament. And that was the late game last night. Colorado beating University of Michigan Dearborn in the 9-8 game. Outside of that, it's gone according to Hoyle.
Yeah, it's a selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament today. If you're with your office pool for the ACHA bracket, if you pick chalk, you are doing pretty good in your pool.
Yep, just the one lower seed.
And you can't even really call it a lower seed. It's an 8-9
right, the 8-9.
matchup.
I always hate if anybody. Usually, 8-9 is the 10-7. I don't like the 10-7 matchup being called an upset, even though I guess it really is. But there was not a huge difference in that game yesterday. Central Oklahoma Liberty played a really thrilling overtime game.
Fantastic game. That was a goaltending showcase between Liberty and Central Oklahoma. The Broncos keep their title fence alive. Almost got it done in regulation, but Liberty, credit them. They did play a fantastic third period, able to get that goal to force overtime. But awesome job from the Broncos. They'll be in action later tonight against, I believe, Adrian. That's going to be a great game.
Absolutely it is. That's the 5 p.m. game as this puck comes out to center ice. McGovern will cover there. Send it rink wide. It hits the boards, and Nurminen has to turn back for it. He's being attacked by Anderson, and Burbach will go intercept it. Outside rim of the far side circle. Now he lays it back to the point. A little bit of a pump fake and a shot there by Cole didn't get all the way through. It nearly came right back to him, but instead the Lions get it going. Right wing side, Mitchell. He'll diagonally dump it into the far side corner. Green will go in after it. Cole with a nice little play to keep it away there. A backhand around into the near side corner. Pinching down to help out defensively was Anderson. And another opportunity here for Burbach to carry out. His first pass connect, actually it rolled off the stick of Cassiato. He couldn't handle it cleanly. And the Lions now in the offensive zone as a result. There's a shot, and that had some steam on it and went through traffic, didn't get on goal. I think that one hit a leg and goes off to the corner. Now it's thrown right back through a shot, and a save was made as that was put on from the point by Runyon. Or, excuse me, that is 6 Runyon. He had his stick cocked, ready to go. There's another shot on, though, as it didn't come to him, and McGovern will carry out. Just swinging it over to the far side. Trying to cut through his Lepic. He got run out of real estate. Play through the middle. Lepic with a little bit of a stick lift, but it had already been played, and now it's going to roll in deep. Tipped on the backhand and tried to get it up the boards. Could Scordellis. So it was taken away by Lozano.
Ooh.
near.
That was some finesse moves to not get hit in that slot.
Yeah, absolutely it was. It's played to center. Heinzman got bumped down on the play. A loose puck's going to be pounced on and brought in by the Eagles. Rizzo then had it taken away from him as Lepik's on it. He'll backhand it just enough to get over the line. Looking around here was Hart. Didn't really have much help in there, so he tried to carry it through. Now he drops it back to Rizzo. A drive and a save was made as it was put right on. But a big stop there by CDOT. As shots, I believe, now are listed 5-5. We've got 7:20 to go, and the Lions lead 1-0.
I love the back and forth that we're seeing in this thing. Lindenwood, it always seems Lindenwood able to string a couple shifts together, get some offensive pressure, but there's no panic from Robert Morris. They just weather the storm a little bit, make sure everything's forced to the outside, and then they come back and get a couple of chances of their own.
And off the last chance, they will get an offensive zone face-off and an opportunity here to kind of see if they can't control play off the draw. Borowski looks like he's already ready to shoot it if it should come to him cleanly. Referee will wave somebody out there, and we'll do it again. Faceoff was poked ahead and then retrieved nicely by Klimovsky, who will send it into the far side corner. Owad went in after it. It was played away from him, but Klimovsky was on it. Borowski hit Klimovsky, and that's going to allow the Eagles to regain control. Pass didn't get across cleanly. Now they angle it off the boards. Borowski looks to get to it in the far side corner. He could not do so, and there's a sharp angle shot that's going to whiz wide and carry him off the boards back up to the line. Reese with a shot, seeing eyes, but Malin also saw it, and he was able to grab it. Whistle on a face-off upcoming as we are 6 seconds past the 13-minute mark.
Yeah, these goaltenders, if they can see it, they're going to stop it. That's the only way you're going to get around either of these tenders is if you can get that redirection. That's what we saw on the goal for Lindenwood. Able to kind of peek around that defenseman, kind of trying to set that screen, able to flash the lever, make a good glove save.
An offensive zone faceoff was won by Dawes. Reese will play it around the boards. Trying to cut in, a backhand, forehand move, sharp angle, and it's flipped, and it ended up hitting a skate and goes over to Townsend on the far side. The defenseman down below the red line here, not uncommon. He's got to retreat back to the point to help set it up. It gets over to Reese, who didn't like the angle there, so he let it hit the boards and throws it towards the cage. That was knifed away by an Eagle defenseman in front of the net. In the near side corner, they battle away at it. Bodies come together, two aside doing battle, and it ends up moving along further and coming out in front, and the backhand is in. They score! A hard-working goal by the Lions makes it 2-0.
Well, you're exactly right, Thomas. A very hard-working goal for Lindenwood. As just a broken play behind the net, the puck comes out in front, and a great opportunity is rewarded with a great goal for Lindenwood. They just come in, they get into the places that they need to go, just hanging out at the top of the crease. They get the goal just by tapping it in. Again, you're going to have to beat these goaltenders by those little plays, and unfortunately for Robert Morris, that one just finds its way trickling over that line and back in the net.
I believe it's going to be Lombardi's goal. We'll wait on the official call, but the Lions now with a 2-0 lead. Puck played in, tipped off the boards by Borowski. Gets to the line, not out. Wilk, little move as he'll come back to the right point instead of going to the middle. It was played around, but nobody there for the team in white, Lindenwood, and it's stolen though in the slot. Looking to cut through. It is Lombardi's goal. Kalei kept it in at the line. And I believe they gave the assist
to Dawes. That's the second assist of the game.
There it is. Back in deep were the Lions, and that just gives them more room to start it up. Kalei, forearm shivers off a check. Now moves to the middle and lets a shot go. That was blocked. Stick goes flying out of the hands of Kalei. And the Eagles, meanwhile, on the other side, will bring it in over the line in front of the Lindenwood bench. And heavy work being done here by Cole as he went in like a missile. Now it's played on back to McGovern at the point. He'll swing it over to the middle. There's a shot through traffic. A good-looking shot, though, by Casiato. Took a little something off it with bodies going in front, but CDOT was still able to make the glove save.
Yeah, good job by Casiato. Just when you got that much traffic in front, maybe sometimes that floating shot from the point, they'll find its way in the back of the net, but credit CDOT, able to track it the entire way and get that glove save.
Lombardi's goal, his first of the tournament. Or check that, actually, his second of the tournament. So Nurmanen now has his second of the tournament today, as does Lombardi. Lombardi during the regular season chipped in for his mates with Well, let's see here. He's got to be on the score sheet, right? He's going to show up
You
here
would imagine, right?
I got to go how far down. He's got 6. He had 5 regular season goals in 28 games. He's got a second goal in the national tournament. How about that for a start?
Hey, when you can get your second and third liners, other guys that don't really put the puck in the back of the net that much during the regular season, and they do it on the national stage, that's going to be good for you moving forward.
Yep, McGovern now at center ice. Sends it rink wide. Fired in, and it's going to be teed up by CDOT. As all 5 Lions are in their own end as they look to set up the breakout. The Eagles were finishing a change. Mitchell tried to get it deep and could not. Yanni plays it up ahead. Over the line, Turner drops it back to Yanni and a shot. It's a good play to get it into the zone, but it's a long shot from kind of a cute angle. Real easy save for CDOT to make.
You're not going to be able to test CDOT that way. That's what Lindenwood wants you to do. You want to come into the zone and force those wide shots that CDOT could easily glove down and hold on to. It's the backdoor passes, the traffic in front. Those are the ways you got to beat CDOT.
Yep, you're exactly right. As Yanni is on an offensive zone face-off here for the Eagles. It gets knocked into the corner here. A little bit of a bump by Hart. But the Lions are in control, and they will carry it out. Far side of the rink, left wing side. They get as far as the center ice line, but it played it a little bit too far. Townsend's got to re-corral there. Little set triangle passing play there was beautiful, but it didn't really get deep, and the Eagles will hit it off and out of play with 4:11 to go here in the first period. Shots are listed at 7-7. Score 2-0 in favor of Lindenwood.
Really curious to see what Robert Morris does here in the final 4 minutes. Shots are still tied at 7-7, but CDOT's been able to see every shot that he's had. Robert Morris maybe 1 or 2 really good looks. As unfortunately for them, Lindenwood has had the better opportunities, and they've been rewarded with the 2 goals so far. So I'm curious to see 4:11 to go, see if Robert Morris can string a couple of shifts together, get some momentum moving into that second period.
Well, it'd be great for them if they would love to get one, as you mentioned, before the end of this period with 4:11 to go in it. The line's been having a nice chat with the 2 center icemen here about this draw, and finally it's dropped. It's won by the Lions, and a shot there ends up to the near side corner. That was off the stick of Stover. To the line, Townsend kept the line for a moment, but now it's cleared out and sent ahead.
That's off.
Yep, delayed offside. Good read by you, as Martin was a step over the line, but you didn't touch it, so no offside there.
That's offside too.
Yep, Carlson this time let it go after somebody beat him into the zone.
I was a linesman for a couple of years.
I could tell. Look at you. 2 right-on calls in about 20 seconds. Good work, man.
Got to give credit to the officials. They say they're the most overlooked guys when it comes to these tournament games, but they're hard-working guys, and I've been really impressed with the officiating through the entire tournament so far.
I agree. You know, we've talked about it. Most of the games we've done, it has not been ticky-tack. If you've gotten a penalty, you've probably deserved it for the most part.
Absolutely.
In most situations, as it's brought on by the Lions. Big wind and fire by Klomowski. That was easily blockered into the corner by Mallon. Centering pass there, hit a skate, didn't get all the way through. The Lions still on control. A little bit of a drag as they try to work to the near side on the backhand. Was a Lion player down low. That didn't connect, and it's going to be blocked and brought back by Bo Borowski. Now taking a page out of Lindenwood's book, a defenseman leading the rush, but it's just time to dump it in and go get a line change. Chastain, look out here as it was played in front by Heinzman, I believe, and he played it right to an unsuspecting netminder, but luckily Cooper Cedant was able to make the play.
Yeah, very lucky that Robert Morris was in the middle of a change there. Just a backhand pass, trying to just put it out, put it back behind the net, ends up squaring it out right in front of Cedant. Able to get a glove on it in time before the Eagles can get a stick on it, but almost a dangerous play in the Lindenwood end.
Off the ensuing faceoff, it was locked inside Chastain's skate for a moment. The Lions dug it out. There's a turnover. Anderson plays it to the middle. Look out, a backhander, and Burbach didn't miss that by much. Nick Green, or excuse me, that is 10 Chastain in there doing battle, but it's going to squirt free and be lobbed to center ice. Glove down by Scordilis, and having to go back is Rizzo. Rizzo plays it around the far side boards. Anderson with a nice little touch pass off the wall. Chastain got as far as center, but his pocket was picked. That lead feed to Lozano deflected off something, and Spencer Dawes just ends up shooting it deep. At center ice, hit twice for his trouble there was Bauza as he got it in deep. And the Eagles will look to bring it out from their own end. First pass connects with speed left wing side. Cassiato tipped it in. Behind the net and trying to bring it out was number 3, Rushmeyer. He got checked off. To the line and out. Lindenwood will just chop it down, and now we get a foot race here. McGovern and it was 23 Mitchell on the near side, and It looked like Mitchell was about to win it, but a nice little tap away to clear the zone for a moment, but the Eagles are pinned on back again. Far side corner where Cole has it. Plays it to his defense partner. And Cole will get it back behind the cage. Here comes Cole. Harrison Cole gets it to the red line. They can't get it deep, turned over at center. McGovern looked to follow it up, but there was no play there for him, and now it's going to be dumped deep, and an icing call to the Lions with 1:44 to go, an offensive zone faceoff here for the Eagles.
And this is the opportunity Robert Morris needs. No change for Lindenwood off of the icing call. As immediately 5 brand new Eagles enter the play. This is a chance to try and get a face-off play going in here. Try to test seed out a little bit, see if you can get a goal.
They send out number 21, Nicholas Yanni, to take the draw. He will win it clean to Borowski, and a rising shot at the glass. All the way to the back over to the far side line. It was held in by Holt. And the Eagles still keep the pressure on. Lindenwood unable to change after that icing call. Holt over to the blue line, kept it in for a moment. And it's sent deep, is bumped off there with Stover. Collision into the corner, 2 guys go down, dug out by the Eagles, but now taken by the Lions. And the 2-man takedown there.
We go.
Yep.
It's going to be a penalty on Robert Morris, I believe.
There was a Lion player that it looked like it's going to be a holding call as Yanni's going to go off. Stover had fallen in between the legs, and as Stover was trying to get up, Yanni with kind of a pickup takedown there.
Yeah, pretty much just grabs the arm around him, tried to draw that the coincidental penalties, but no, just grabs around the backside of him and throws him down. Referee was right in front of it. And again, a solid call. I like that they didn't call the first one that just kind of collision where they both got tripped up. And the referee waits to see what happens. Robert Morris is going to protest this call, but I think it's a good call. Yeah. Yanni just took it a little too far, ends up taking the man down, and Lindenwood gets a power play to start this or to end this first period.
Yep, there's 1:16 left on the clock. So if they do not score, they will have about 45 seconds of carryover time into period 2 as Robert Morris gets what they need, a nice clear down the length. It's set up here for Lindenwood. Played ahead to Townsend. Rink wide feed. A little bit of a drop to the middle. And with speed, the Lions will gain the line, but it was taken away. Good little back check, and then a couple of Lions collided as Townsend and Heinzman crossed up. Eagles make a quick change as Townsend brings it right in over the line there. Thrown to the middle, look out, and Kalau got canceled out. Good job by the Eagles defensively. Borowski moved to the far side. It hit something, came out awkwardly in front of the net, and Townsend gloved one down inside the line. Townsend now moves it to the middle. Lozano with a chance, and that was blocked, and a rebound shot at the backboards. A couple of Eagles players trying to make the play, help blocking out in front. It gets to Heinzman, who walks the line, moves to the middle. Now played it on over to Townsend, down low, give and go. Townsend couldn't handle it cleanly on the forehand. It's caught in his skates, and he'll just sweep it in further. All Lions here with the power play. 15 seconds to go in the period. Looking behind the net, the Eagles have that boxed out well. Now they get it to the middle. Lozano sends it through. That was deflected on the way through, and now we're wrapped. It didn't connect. Still, we got 3 seconds to go. 2 and then 1. Kalau sent it rink wide, and it was blocked down, and the Eagles dodge a potential late bullet there as they are able to kill the first minute and 17 of this man advantage.
Yeah, good finish for Robert Morris on the penalty kill, not allowing Lindenwood to get into the slot. Like what you see out of Lindenwood, though, as well. You get that puck movement, try to set the tone moving forward to that second period.
So we are through the first 20 minutes of play here. We're going to go ahead and step aside when we come back. Second period action. You're watching the ACHA Division I Men's Tournament here on YouTube. Welcome back inside Chiller Easton here as we have put 20 minutes in the books between Robert Morris and the Lindenwood Lions. Lindenwood up 2-0. They have goals from Nermanen, his second of the tournament, and Lombardi, second of the tournament as well. 9:16 for the Nermanen goal. The Lombardi goal at the 13:43 mark. 2 assists in that first period for Spencer Dawes as well. And really, the shots listed at 8-8, Matt, but I think the difference was quality scoring chances, probably way higher for the Lions.
Yeah, and you got to give the slight edge to Lindenwood in that one, 2-0. Obviously, the score through the first period, Lindenwood winning that first period. They had the most opportunities. They had the more quality chances than Robert Morris did. And just a slight edge to them on the 2-0 score, but we talked about the 4 games between these two teams. Both they split home and homes with each other. Both splitting the weekends on both trips. But the big thing that I see out of that, the most goals anybody scored in any of those games was 4, and Lindenwood's already halfway there. That's the big thing moving forward here. If they can get 1 or 2 more past Robert Morris, then this game could get over really quickly. Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned off the top, I mean, during the regular season, total goals against average 1 point or below 1.65 for Lindenwood. I mean, if you get one, you almost got to keep the puck against them. Yep, we saw Davenport only find the back of the net once yesterday. Lindenwood's already at 2 here so far in this one, and who knows, maybe 1 more, maybe 2 more might be enough to seal this for the Lions. Robert Morris has to come out early, strike early and often, trying to find a way past CDOT, because I think once they can solve the goaltender, I think that would kind of open up the floodgates, I think, a little bit for them. Yeah, you start feeling confidence once you see something hit the back of that net. Yeah. Now, to Robert Morris, something to keep in mind here, too, the Lions did give up a shorthanded goal to the Panthers, so if you can get an opportunity, you have 43 seconds to kill. You know, you obviously don't want to give one up, but if you can see yourself take a rush, go ahead and do it. Yeah, why not? I'd say take the opportunities when they come. That's going to be the best way to get past that defense from Lindenwood. So we are at center ice as Heinzman's going to take on number 3, Martin, and it's going to be won by the Lions, and circling back is Townsend. He will look and head it up to Heinzman on the near side. He'll gain the left wing boards, move it in. Lozano could handle it cleanly, and a good job there by the Eagles to spear it the length of the ice. Yeah, it's always hard to start a period on a power play that Lindenwood does. It only had about 38 seconds or so, but it's hard to get that rhythm back in right off the bat. Nice little drop there by Heinzman as they look to get the rhythm, and there's a nice little drag through. And another one as it got to the circle, but couldn't get all the way through. Townsend, it hit a stanchion and stays in. Thrown to the cage, Malin had it. He then dropped it, and it's still the Lions on the offensive here. 3 to go in the power play. Sent across in a one-timer, got fanned on, ends up moving down below the goal line. Centering pass didn't get through, and then it would play on the back of the net. Also didn't work, but Lions back to even strength against the Eagles here, or I should say the Eagles back to even strength. The Lions held control, but now it's brought on back. Anderson a drive, that got the backboards on a good-looking shot. Spilling awkwardly into the board, but looking none the worse for wear is the defenseman McGovern. And then another check along the near side's board as Chastain got bumped off there by number 25 in white, Apo Nermanen. Down below the goal line, the Eagles look to center it. Didn't like what they had, so circling up high, banging a stick. A couple little fakes there, and a pass across didn't work, or is actually trying to shoot it, I think, was Anderson. Good attack zone time here by the Eagles. Down below the goal line again. I believe that is Holt, looked like number 11. Although he's a defenseman, so that would again, defenseman down low. It looks like Robert Morris really starting to get their 5-man units working here. Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. A great start to the period for the Eagles. And a nice little drop pass here. They move in, a drive, and that got the glass. Good looking shot. It was just put over the net. I believe that was Gavin Burbach on the opportunity. Protecting was Bo Borowski. He'll saucer one to the middle, and it's sent on through. Burbach moving it in, left wing side. Chastain made a move, a little cut, a shot, a save, and the rebound at the outside of the post. Good opportunity there as the Eagles really have it going here to start the second. There's a shot on, that's deflected away in front. And the Lions are just going to shuffle it out to center ice where it actually landed on the stick of Klomowski, who brings it in. Tried to drop to Carlson, it was steered away from him. Olwad has it now as he had to make a quick little move to keep it away from Koch. Angled into the far side corner, just swatted away there by number 26, Skordillis. And brought on back by the Eagles. A 2-on-2. Good reach there to help break up that rush over the line. And the Eagles have to touch up here. Actually, it was still an onside play, but now it's cleared out of the zone. Again, a couple of Lindenwood players nearly collided, but with speed and space, it's Rushmeyer bringing it up. Rushmeyer outside rim of the circle, threw it towards the front. Malin put the stick on it, and it's down below the goal line.
Sent back through to the middle of drive, and that didn't get through as it hit a leg and caromed off to the corner. Back out at center ice we go. Rushmeyer gains the red. He got hit hard by Mulsby, but was able to at least get it back into the zone. It's sent rink wide. Mulsby's just going to redirect it, and it's with room is Yanni. Nicholas Yanni back to the boards, moving in from the circle, and that shot hit a leg of Rushmeyer and caroms off into the corner. The follow-up comes by way of Burbach. Played back to the point, and now down low, it's going to be held by CDOT with 16:44 to go in a pretty good pace second period so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job from CDOT to slow things down because it looks like the Lions needed it. Robert Morris flying all over the place here early in the second period, getting a couple of good opportunities so far on net. Like what you're seeing out of them, but you like the defense out of Lindenwood as well. They're still not letting anything come to the middle, and when they do, CDOT's been able to see it the entire way.
A face-off there would have been helpful if they could have kept it in, and actually they're going to get another opportunity, as I believe that was Reese. He sent it high and, again, hit that ceiling.
Yeah,
at the ice house, that might have fluttered over, although Lindenwood hasn't played at the ice house yet. Both of their games here at Chiller Easton.
Yeah, they say they've been over here. They don't know what that practice facility looks like just yet, except for being over there watching games.
There's a shot on that, hit at the stick of the netminder and goes down below the goal line. Two men quickly close off on Joshua Hart. A couple of stick lifts by the Eagles as they try to keep it in, and then it glanced off the glove of Cole. This will go the length of the ice, but the icing is waved off. McGovern plays it into the corner. It was forced there, and McGovern had to get back to knock it away as a forechecking Lion was causing problem, and we get another one in, and that's Zagrodny attacking. Eagles able to break the press on the first time. Rink wide feed was missed by everybody, and it was played away from number 21 Yanni trying to catch up to it. There's a turnover. Look out here. Could be numbers. They move in. A rising shot got the glass, and that was a hard release by Nick Green.
I didn't miss by much.
Reese now steps into one. That hit a body in front. It's swept below the goal line and now centered out in front. Good job by the Eagles to box out there. Puck bouncing, moving to the middle. A shot redirected on, and a save was made as Malin had to stick down to get that one. Now the Lions warming to the task here. Wilk with a clear away, and what do we got here? We're going to get a hooking call and a penalty.
Yeah, just trying to get the puck out for Robert Morris, and Cole's going to go to the box for hooking. Just ends up getting the hands of one of the Lions here in the near corner. Again, referee right in the sight line of it, and Lindenwood will get another chance to try and extend this lead here on the power play.
The Lindenwood power play 0 for 2 on the day. In the tournament thus far, they were coming into the day 1 for 4, so they are now 1 for 6, but they did clip at 23.3% during the regular season, so a very good power play to be sure. Just need to get it going here in the national tournament. Face-off is going to be won and played over to Nurminen. They send it to the outside rim of the circle, and now Nurminen has it straight on. He'll move to the middle, a shot. That hit something and ended up below the goal line. Borowski was hooked, couldn't get enough on that clear as he wanted to, and it moves back to the middle. Nurminen sends it off. They work it rink wide, Townsend. Nurminen a drive. That hit a body again in front of the net, and Lindenwood retreats. I think it was headed wide anyway, and now we're going to get a penalty here.
Interesting. A cross-check.
That might have been one of my few ticky-taps I've seen.
Yeah.
We've seen that play a lot into the boards like that, but skating off now is going to be, I believe that's 11 Holt.
Yeah, it looks like that. Just got to turn around, and I have to agree with you, Thomas. That one's kind of a little of an interesting call. Maybe that cross-check a little bit to the head, maybe more of a head contact than a cross-check, I would believe, but that's the only thing I could see on that call. But this is a dangerous moment here for Robert Morris. You mentioned the 2 power plays for Lindenwood. One was shortened because it was a 4-on-4. The other one had that period in it. This is the first true power play for Lindenwood, and now it's a 5-on-3.
Yes, it is, as Townsend has it. He'll send it rink wide. Wilk into the middle. Gives it off to Townsend. Rink wide. Looking to gain some speed here is Lozano behind the net. It's a crossover and a leap for the middle, and Lozano on the backside just didn't get enough on it. Missed it short side. Lindenwood, that was a good setup there. They set it up again, Heinzman. Give and go with Townsend. Townsend, side of the net, back over to Heinzman. Oh, what a stop by Malin, the rebound, scores! Lozano, boy, Lindenwood, that looked like a 5-on-3 the way they ran that.
Yeah, they look great passing the puck, even if it's 5-on-4. Heck, even if it's 5-on-5. But when it's 5-on-3, look out. That's excellent. That's professional passing from Lindenwood. A tremendous save by Malin to kick that first one out, but it kicks right to Lozano. nothing you can really be doing about that. And when he kicks it out right to another forward that's just waiting in the back door, taps home the easy goal, it's 3-0.
Time of the goal is going to be the 5-minute 18 mark. I believe Lozano actually will tally in on the final goal here. And do we get a timeout by the Eagles here? What do we got? Another conversation between...
Looks like the refs aren't having any of that conversation there.
Yeah, the Robert Morris coach wants an explanation. Yeah, they wanted an explanation. You could hear the conversation between the ref and the coach here. The ref's telling him to get back behind the bench. Well, Robert Morris wanted an explanation, probably on the cross-checking call would be my guess.
Either something or maybe something behind the play, maybe a goaltender interference maybe after Mallon made that save.
A long shot in is going to be held there by CDOT, and it's going to be a face-off into the near side corner as the goal for Lozano is his second of the tournament. And now we get a conversation between Dawes and number 16. I believe that was Rizzo, yeah.
Yeah. The little words, Robert Morris starting to lose their heads a little bit here. They just need to kind of settle things down. You're still on the penalty kill here. You got to get through this kill. Just kind of start putting shifts together, building a little bit of momentum, trying to get back in this contest.
1:25 was the time of there's 1:25 to go on the power play. That is now a 5-on-4 advantage. We wait for the official call. Played over rink wide. Trying to dip on through, but knocked down was Lozano. He got a face full of glass for his trouble. That's played on in, and now Lozano is going to move in. Tried to drop it off. Townsend moves in, and that was blocked. And it sounds like they said unassisted. Probably because it was touch, but we'll see if that changes at the intermission. Rizzo peels off, tried to drop it to the middle, nobody home. Then a big check by Rizzo.
Nice job.
And back and over the line the other way comes Dawes. He got hip checked off on a good play by Burbach, and I believe that was the aforementioned Rizzo again getting it out. Now Martin pounces on a loose puck. Good poke away by Townsend. Over the line, Heinzman on the left wing. Looks in front, and offside going to be the call with now just 37 to go in the man advantage.
Nice job by Lindenwood once again, getting a couple of opportunities offside on that one. It's just been really impressive to watch this Lindenwood Lions squad. And you know they're the third-ranked team for a reason. I believe we're going to get a timeout here.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout, I think. Robert Morris just kind of needs to settle in as a team here and get back to what they were doing.
Yeah, I agree. They were kind of losing their heads a little bit there. Just got to settle things down a little bit.
You know, and what's really got to be really frustrating is Robert Morris down 3-0. They haven't played bad.
No. I say the shots are 12-9, and it's been good. The 9 shots have been quality opportunities, and that's a credit to Lindenwood and CDOT as well. He's been able to see the puck the entire way. A solid goaltender. We've talked about it again and again and again about his goaltending stats. He's a very solid goaltender, and the reason we bring it up is because that's what he is. And that with Robert Morris, with how many great looks they've had, Lindenwood has been up to the task every time, and it's not a discredit to Robert Morris. It's not a discredit to them for just getting the 9 shots. It's a very solid defensive team from Lindenwood.
Yeah, so they're on pace maybe to hit 20 as you figure one more between the halfway point and double it. Davenport only had 16. That would be 36 shots in 2 games if that stays right around the 20 mark, given up by Lindenwood.
Yeah, but we saw yesterday a lot of the block shots. You're not having to see that a whole lot today. Robert Morris kind of passing the puck a little bit more than Davenport did, trying to get more of those quality shots. CDOT's had to be a little more active than he was back on Friday. But for Robert Morris, you just got to stick with it, keep what you're doing. For Lindenwood, this is an opportunity. You still have 37 seconds on the power play here. You can shut the door very quickly with another goal here in the second.
Yeah, because as we talked about, they've only given up 4 once this season. So a 4th goal would mean they'd have to give up 5, and you just don't feel like that's going to happen for the first time in the national tournament with the way they can lock it down. But still got a long way to go here in this one at a 3-0 game. Martin took his man down, and then Martin with another check, and again, Martin's going to go off. It's going to be a cross-checking call again.
Yeah, lost the head.
There's this chance, and that actually didn't get through as the stick kind of fanned on it, and we're going to get another cross-checking call to Robert Morris here. With 15 to go, a 5-on-3.
That's the 3rd cross-checking call on Robert Morris today, and we just talked about them losing their heads a little bit, and they did that a little bit. Just the pressure you got. Martin got the hit. He continued to apply the pressure, and he just went a little too far once again, and it leads to another 5-on-3 for Lindenwood.
So with the man advantage for Lindenwood here, 5-on-3. The Lozano goal made them 1 for 3 on the man advantage. And that was the penalty that ended the Cole power play. That's saucered into the corner by Nurmanen. Just 5 to go in the 2-man advantage. They walk the middle and now give it over to Townsend in the dot. Back to the middle, back to Townsend.
Watch that back door.
Townsend was looking there, could never find a room, and then he tried to backhand it in further. It's cleared out to center as there's one Eagle back on the ice. So Holt will come in enjoying the play here as he served his cross-checking minor. It's put up on a tee and just forced with Scordilis. Couldn't really play it around on the backhand as much as he wanted to get it out, and it's held in by the Lions. They work it back to the point. Nurmanen had it for a moment. Now they peel off as Heinz and give it off. That's a centering pass that hit a stick on its way through, and a shot there. Malin got that one, and he got the rebound too. Now they try to tuck it in front, and Malin did a good job to prevent the centering pass. Another shot on, that gets the glass. And it dies there as Townsend has it again. Still 1:03 to go in the power play. They set give and go back to Townsend. Now it's rink-wide Nurmanen. Walks the line to the middle. Hands it off on the far side wing. Lozano floating around, and now moving to the middle here was Heinzman. There's a shot, and that skittered just wide to the near side. Heinzman now has it at the left point. Everybody's been back to the line here. Townsend now moving to the middle. Gives it over to Heinzman, a drive, and that's a save again by Malin. He's been good. Lozano flips it down below the goal line. Give and go was intercepted, and Yanni takes a look and will send it to length with just 34 to go in the man advantage.
Excellent job from Malin. Couple of huge saves for the Eagles.
Big hit by Yanni at center ice, but that was Dawes able to keep the puck and put it in. Mitchell on a redirection gets it further. Mitchell now has it below the goal line. He's bumped down, and what... I mean, the way it's been called could have been another cross-check call, but the referees let that one go with 14 to go in the man advantage. Carlson throws the brakes on, now accelerates through right wing side. Kind of straight on here, a shot, and Malin's going to put that out of play with just 5 to go on the power play. 11:31 to go in period number 2, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Lindenwood Lions.
It's just been an impressive showcase for Lindenwood. They've had a couple of power plays here, but watching them move the puck in the offensive zone when they're on that power play, it's an overload system. 3 men on one half of the ice. You put 1 man in front, 1 man in the slot. You just move the puck back and forth and just trying to find that scoring opportunity, going back and forth, weaving through the front, the far side, and the near side. Very excellent puck movement from Lindenwood.
You're right about that. And the shot scores! Redirected in front, I believe. Again, Malin expecting a high, hard one, and all of a sudden it bounces in by him. Was that a power play goal? Let's see, 450, 550, 650. Yeah, should be a power play tally.
They've been dangerous moving that puck around, and they do. I just said this a moment ago. That setup that they have on the power play, they put a man in the slot, they put a man in front of the net. This one, a shot from the point, redirected once again. That's the second time they've beaten Malin that way. An excellent job by Lindenwood right off the draw, and they extend that lead to 4, and that might be enough to push them over there. Still tons of time left, but we mentioned Lindenwood's defense. Robert Morris needs something in a hurry.
And actually, correction, it happened 1 second after the penalty would have expired. So it will be a power play goal and a big hit thrown by the Lions as they're still on the attack. Rushmeyer took a check and tried to get it deep. He could not. Malsby got caught up to by Carlson and shoved into the boards. Koch now is bumped off. Gets it right back. Tried a sharp angle shot and a rebound, and that got blocked. Lindenwood jumped out to a 4-0 lead last game, and they have one here. Zagrodny will get the goal. And I believe they said 18, Cade Owad will get the assist. And the Zagrodny goal will be his first of the postseason.
And again, it just comes down to the redirections. Another great job getting down low in the hard to reach areas as they will those tough corners, those tough spots in front of the crease. Good credit Lindenwood, great job offensively.
The other thing is again, I believe, as we said, it was touched in front. Zagrodny a defenseman.
Again.
So, but now a 3-on-1 forms. Martin just could never get the puck to settle on a stick, and the Lions are going to come back. Full speed ahead. Wilk moves in, outside rim of the circle, throws the brakes on. Now he looks to cut to the middle. Patiently sends it off down low. A couple of bodies collide, and that's going to give Martin another opportunity here. He'll cycle it back into the near side corner. Nobody there, though, as Koch was looking to kind of squeak out of that play, excuse me. Centering pass was tossed to the middle. That didn't get through, though, as it was let go by Colbeans, but blocked on the way through. And now a rink-wide feed finds Koch. He's just going to send it into the far side corner as the Eagles need to make changes. Lindenwood taps it off the boards, and it'll get to center ice and out. Bouncing puck going to be controlled as the Eagles look to bring it back. Maybe a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Unable to handle it cleanly, though, was number 25 in Red Anderson, who had 2 goals in the last game. Thrown the length and deflected, and this is going to split the D and go right on goal. Lindenwood will make changes, and Malin keeps it into play. Good read there as it was read by Green as he'll gain the line and bring it in. Kept it in, I should say he kept it in. A collision in front of the net. And we're going to get
another one.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I think this is going to be a trip or slew foot type of call. Yeah. It is going to be a trip to Chastain.
And again, it's away from the play. It's just another collision right in the middle of the play. It's Burbeck that's going to end up going to the box.
I beg your pardon?
And just that's just bad luck. It's kind of like an incidental collision, but you upend your opponent when you run into them. And again, the referees make the call. And once again, Lindenwood goes to the man advantage.
So with that, we're going to also take a timeout here, or we're going to take a timeout as the Lindenwood power play gets ready to go to work. You're watching the ACHA Division I Men's Tournament.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron's Championship Rings, the official ring vendor for all ACHA National Champions and Hall of Famers, and by Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
And welcome back here inside Chiller Easton as it is a 4-0 lead for the Lindenwood Lions with 9:30 to go in the second period, and they're about to go to the man advantage.
Yeah, and it's 4-0 already, 9:30 to go. We talked about the 4 games so far. If you got the stat sheet, how many goals did what's the most goals that Lindenwood gave up against Robert Morris this year?
It was, I believe, a 3-pack of goals was the most that they had given up. Let's confirm that. I believe they had the. Let's see, here we go. Robert Morris had 3 goals.
So 3-0. So
a 3-0 shutout.
4 meetings in the regular season. The most you ever give up against this Robert Morris squad is 3. You're at the 4 mark already. We talked. They've only given up 4 goals once this year. That's maybe a foreshadowing note here as we go with 9:30 to go. A power play here, a 5th goal that may push them over the edge.
Again, Lindenwood did have a 4-0 lead in their first round game against Davenport. Davenport was able to get 2 back, make it 4-2. Before a late goal with about 13 to go, 13 minutes into the period, I beg your pardon, 13 minutes into the period, pretty much put forth any sort of comeback effort there as it had changed into a 5-2 game, and that pretty much took the air out of the Panthers' sail at that point. So, but moral of the story is, though, it was a 4-goal lead that was cut in half, so do have a lot of hockey left to go.
The game of hockey is a fickle thing. You never know what's going to happen.
Meanwhile, Nermanen just darting right on through everybody, gets wide. Thrown off the side of the cage. It gets to the middle of the ice. A little fight for it here. Kalau really doing battle with heart, but Kalau did a good job to just force the play enough so that he could get some teammates in to help. Now it's below the goal line. McGovern tries to dig it out. He will. His stick was hit just as he went to release the clear, and Townsend has it at the left point. They move it over to the right point, back to the middle where Townsend is. Now they send it to the far side corner where Lozano's got it. Lozano back to Nermanen. Through the middle, a shot that got the backboards, and that had some steam on it. It's backhanded into the corner. Hart will go in, bump Lozano. It gets back to Townsend at the point. We get a wrestling match behind the net. Side of the net, kind of a 4-on-3 now as everybody breaks apart. We get back to the man advantage. Side of the net, they got Townsend coming in the back door, and they quickly deflected that pass away. That was a good opportunity.
Good stick from Robert Morris, too, getting in that passing lane.
Yanni with a steal. Molesby stays on side. Yanni a drive and a kick save by CDOT, and he will get a hold here with 8:14 to go in the second period. Still 44 to go on the Lindenwood power play.
Man, I can watch this Lindenwood special teams unit all day. This is really impressive stuff, moving that puck around. You saw Lozano kind of hold on to that puck a little bit, try to pick his spot, find that passing lane, and then ends up just kind of moving it along. Back and forth they went, and it's really a sight to see. I've been really impressed.
Yeah, they create a lot of space through the middle of the ice because you gotta respect the point shot, so you gotta force the points. But when you do that, that means your defensemen are low, your forwards are high, and there's a lot of room in the middle of the ice.
Yep, and that overload that Lindenwood likes to use, that capitalizes that space.
There's a shot on, and a save was made there right into the glove of Malin, as looking pretty upset with himself as Dawes. He has 2 goals tonight, so he shouldn't beat himself up over too much over not being able to finish that one.
Yeah, that's just too bad when you walk into the slot. These guys kind of get the big eyes, and they're like, oh, I have this great opportunity. I want to capitalize on it. When it doesn't go your way, kind of get a little disappointed.
Yeah, that's basically exactly what we saw from Spencer Dawes here. An offensive zone face-off for the Lions with 25 remaining on their power play. It's sitting right on the face-off dot still, and finally it's punch free for Lindenwood to control. Into the near side corner. Carlson with a little bit of a bump. That helped free the play up. Runyon fakes, drifts, throws it on back to the point. Wilk now gives it back over to Runyon. That shot's going to be blocked and will go out of play with just 1 to go on the power play. So Lindenwood about to be 1 for 6, but they did score a second goal 1 second after one of those power plays expired.
That's true, and great play by Malsby for Robert Morris on that one. They mentioned that forwards have to suck up high just because that point threat is such a big deal for Lindenwood. Able to get a stick in that passing or shooting lane and get a deflection out, change up the line a little bit.
So it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Lions with just 1 second to go on the power play. Rushmeyer preparing at center ice in case there's a face-off loss and a clear. The centering pass there, and it does actually end up happening. We're right into the play. Casiato.
That's offside.
Yeah, he dropped behind number 9, Malsby, with the puck. You got to continue to stay ahead of the player there.
You learn it as squirts and peewees growing up. You can't make the move at the blue line. Unfortunately, you had to kind of go behind your own teammate to get into the neutral zone to avoid that check, and unfortunately just leads them to an offside play.
We have a face-off at center ice right in front of us here. Casiato will settle in to take it against number 10, Nick Green. And Casiato's going to win it over to Cole. They go rink wide, and it's dumped in. Behind the net, teed up, and just played further along in the corner there by CDOT. Cleared to the line, not out. CDOT's got to hold the post as a little wrap attempt comes right through the middle, and that's cleared away. Cole sent it just out of the reach of McGovern. McGovern will try to get over and will hold the line for a moment, but now 3 Lions come to center with it. And that was shot in, and that hit the backup goalie right in the hand. And then he just threw the hands up, did Michael Hales.
Hey, got to be active as a goaltender, even if you're to the backup on the bench there, holding the clipboard. Almost took that one in one of his hands.
Actually, he's really playing with his jersey in the front. It may have hit him in the stomach, and he wasn't prepared for it, but through all that goalie equipment, you wouldn't think he'd notice.
Oh, absolutely. Good thing he's got that helmet on as well.
Yeah, always got to have your helmet on the bench. That's shot in and it's going to be slowed up as Townsend didn't let it get deep. A pass was stolen there and brought over the line. Good little move by Burbach. Directed into the corner. Anderson's going to come down the board and pinch. He got bumped off. Centering pass to the middle was taken by the Lions as they will look to break out. Swept ahead and trying to stride into it there was, I believe, the big defenseman Nurmanen. Played through to the middle. That didn't connect. And wheeling back to get it, though, and firing it in further will be 24 is Zagrodny, I believe, making that play. Actually, it was 23 Mitchell. Bouncing puck in the high slot.
You got a penalty on Lindenwood coming up.
Yep, a Lion penalty upcoming as a hooking call is going to be called, and that is coming with 6:21 to go. And a hook, it's going to go to Zagrodny heading off. 24.
And now it's going to be Green that goes to the box. And you knew it was only a matter of time with how many penalties that Robert Morris has had as an official. You're kind of looking to kind of even it up. It's a sad truth to hear, but you're always kind of keeping an eye on the opposing team when you call so many penalties in a row on the other side. All eyes are focused on Lindenwood, and when they get caught with the hand in the cookie jar, that's going to get called, and that hooking call is an example of that.
To your point, it's exactly right. Robert Morris just 0 for 1 on the power play. Lindenwood 1 for 6. And the Robert Morris power play was only 30 seconds in length. So they will work to the man advantage. They were 1 for 6 yesterday, 19.3% on the regular season. And they dig it out of the corner where McGovern looks to walk the line. He'll play it on back. Koch, a shot right in the middle, saving the rebound. Got swept right off of CDOT. Cleared to the line, and that's going to roll in between the defensemen and come out to center. That outlet didn't connect, but McGovern was able to regain control. Bumped and spinning back was Turner as he didn't like what he had, and gaining the line left wing side will be the Eagles. They throw the brakes on at the top of the circle, now outside rim. There's a sharp angle shot and a save was made, and CDOT protects with 1:17 to go in the man advantage. And as we mentioned off the top, Daniel Doyle out of this game today. He has 4 power play goals, tied for the team lead with Chastain. So in addition to not having him in regular strength, you miss him here on the power play.
Yeah, it's another big thing, and they're kind of missing him a little bit. Their leading scorer, the Eagles need a goal here on this power play. Having your leading scorer out doesn't help that cause.
Yep, as it's a face-off is going to end up to the near side corner, up in the air and over Holt, and then it rolled the glass and went out of play. The Eagles will be unable to change here, as they're going to say it just went off on the original clear, not off of Holt's glove.
Just that short glass here on the near side. Any other rink that's going to get out of the zone, no worries about it.
Very short near side glass here. A face-off win. Now they learned the lesson. They hit the
that hit on the netting as well.
Yep.
Just barely. Rob Morris isn't going to like it, but it did just barely touch that top of the netting there.
Yep. I was going to say the lesson was learned by Lindenwood as that clearing attempt. I think they banged it off the bottom of the board to get it to rise up.
Absolutely right.
But unable to keep it in there was Holt, and now a face-off win's going to be shot down the ice. Halfway through this man advantage. Winding up, here are the Eagles. It's Chastain over the line. Diagonal dump into the far side corner. And the Lions send that right back down 200 feet. Malin will tee it up as Holt will wrap the net now. Holt makes a move. Cuts through the middle. Gains the line. Good job by him, as then he laid it off to Chastain. Didn't look like he was ready for it. And it ends up again into the corner. They battle there. It looks like a 3-on-2 battle in favor of Robert Morris. Let's see if they can dig the puck out here with 4:41 to go in the period and just now 19 to go in the power play. It's dug out back to Holt. Holt walks the line, fires one, and tried to have traffic come through, and it was just, he waited a while, maybe another half a step, but the shot is through and held off by the goaltender.
Yeah, it's always that hard one. When you get that puck to the top of the point, you've got a clear sight line to the net, but you know CDOT's going to see it the entire way. You got to wait for that traffic to come on, but if you wait too long, that defensive traffic comes as well, and you're not able to get that shot off.
Time for one more offensive zone face-off here. 12 seconds left on the power play. Cassiano will settle in to take it. It is won by the Eagles as they work it to Squirtillis, and it's tied up along the near side boards. And it'll roll to the line and out. Penalty over, so Lindenwood back to 5-a-side. Green sends it over, and it's going to be rolled on in. Green will pour in after it. It's put up into the corner by Malin. Nobody there, and Green and Rizzo are going to collide into the boards. Down goes Green, and then a Robert Morris player just got dumped in front of it. Mitchell's going to sweep it in further. Rizzo is all tied up with Green. They finally break apart. Backhanded back up the wall. Shot, and that whizzed wide and got the boards. Collisions in front still between, I think that's still Green and Rizzo going at it.
They're still hacking at each other.
And
there's the penalty. It's going to go on Green for that last hack on Rizzo at the end there.
So power play, back-to-back power play coming up for the Eagles here.
It was only a matter of time before the penalties evened up. I said the eyes are firmly planted on Lindenwood in the officials' eyes. Anything like that, any of those retaliation penalties are going to get called. Green and Rizzo kind of going back and forth. Nothing, the referee still letting them play, letting them do their thing. And then that one last hack as they're leaving the zone ends up being the deciding factor.
Yep, so Green gets back-to-back penalties here, as he was the one that served the hooking call at 13:39. Now he goes off for slashing at 16:19, and the Eagles will get 2 more minutes on the power play.
Eagles will need a little more offensive pressure than they did the last time. They got the puck into the zone, but only really 1 or 2 good looks. They'll need a little bit more offensive pressure to try and find a goal here.
They chip it in. Chastain will go to give chase. He bumps his man off, but then it's easily cleared down as the second man was in for the Lions, and they send it to length.
Yeah, good defensive play when they dump in chase method for Robert Morris. The defense for Lindenwood able to get back in time, cancel that puck out, get it cleared.
That's chipped in by Yanni. Now he tries to go in after it. He got bumped off. And the Lions in the corner will clear it out. And this is actually right on the stick of Owad. Throws the brakes on outside rim of the circle. Now he'll just fire it around to kill more time off the clock. See, if you're the Eagles, I don't know if dumping it over the line is really the best move here, because you're having a hard enough time maintaining possession. You don't want to just give it up.
Well, and say, what do? You just tried to bring it over the blue line there and coughed it up. Again, nothing's working for him on this power play.
McGovern turns. He's forced by Klomovsky. Quick pass rink wide to Kosh, who will fire it in. CDOT takes a look, and then he will make the play.
I'll tell you what, it's just amazing to watch this penalty kill from Lindenwood. They can beat you so many different ways getting that puck out of the zone.
Yep, as it's now down to 2:25 on the clock. in the second period, and only 40 to go on the power play. There's a move.
There you go.
Darting in and right in through the middle there was Stover. It's moving to the middle, a little bit of a high hook there, and then a stick up high. Nothing coming on that one. They got a Robert Morris player. Mosby was parked off on the side of the net. Cleared around to the line, and Holt has it. Got it across. They move it left wing. Now Holt straight away. Fires it over to the near side and unable to get a shot off right there with the Eagles. Sent on through the middle. Of backdoor scores! Koch, I believe, with the shot. And it's a 4-1 game and a power play goal.
That's exactly what Robert Morris needed here late in the second period. You're down by 4. You need something good to happen for you. Great passing on the power play by Robert Morris. They get the puck in the corner, go across the ice. I mentioned CDOT. He's going to see every puck that he'll save every puck that he sees. That one, a backdoor pass. Nothing CDOT's going to be able to do about it. Great play by Koch to bury that puck.
Yeah, Koch gets his first goal of the tournament, and it's going to be a power play tally. I believe that was at the 18:01 mark. There's a one-timer. Nearly Lozano got it right back almost. 1:40 to go. It was Koch on the goal. That will give Martin the lone assist. .1809, I believe, is what I heard on the official time of the goal, with 1:18 to go and the clock winding down. Robert Morris would love to cut this lead in half and get one more here. Rizzo, a shot, and that was a sharp angle shot, and a save was made. It's dug around. Again, Robert Morris kind of playing as a unit. The defenseman Rizzo in deep. That shot goes wide. Pinching down is going to be Skordillis. Cleared to the line, held in nicely there for a moment by Anderson. They comes out to center, and now Anderson drops it back. And now another Lindenwood penalty upcoming.
Boy.
And there's a big hit at center.
Man.
That should, I wouldn't project that that would be a penalty,
I
but
don't think so. But
K-Lau with a high stick.
this is getting interesting, Thomas. There you got. That's another penalty for Lindenwood here as they've kind of shot themselves in the foot down the stretcher. That was the best shift of the game for Robert Morris that last time out. Great offensive pressure, forcing Lindenwood to take that penalty, that high sticking call. And lo and behold, 49.3 to go. If you get a goal here, it's right back in it. It's anybody's ball game.
Let's see what the Eagles can do. 49.3 on the clock. Chastain settling in for the faceoff. The referee gets in between them. It's knocked below the goal line. Anderson got a stick on it. Holt will glove it down. There's a shot on that. Hit a stick, I beg your pardon, and comes back to the point. It works through to Turner. Turner looking for an angle. Didn't really like what he had, so he moves wide. Holt, one-timer feed rink wide. He's got Burbach floating around the high slot looking for a one-timer. That's sent again rink wide. It was there for a moment, just unable to handle it cleanly was Chastain. 22 to go in the period. Feathered on through, and that redirected out the other side. Holt now, top of the circle. Puts it on a tee for Chastain. Chastain looks to move in. He is forced. And nearly stealing it, and it's cleared to the line, not out. Held in by the Eagles. There's a point shot, and a save was made by CDOT. Dogged work by both the power play and the penalty kill that now just sees 6.2 remain in period number 2.
Excellent puck mover once again from Robert Morris. Great save from CDOT as well, able to slow things down. 6.2 to go. Robert Morris, you would love to have that goal on the power play here before the period ends. They'll get another about a minute 11 in the third period to try and capitalize on it, but great finish of the period for Robert Morris.
Late shift where everybody was here. See if they can win a face-off to kind of surprise the Lions with an opportunity. It comes up the wall. They still battle there 1-0 as it was pinned to the boards for the final 6 seconds. And as you said, down 4-1, Robert Morris is going to have 1:11 of power play time to start period number 3.
Yeah, so a great chance to build momentum in the third period. They'll need a goal on that power play to cut this lead to 2. If you can get to that 2-goal lead, it's the worst lead in hockey. It's one of the biggest coin terms there is in the sport of hockey. If you can cut that lead to 2, especially early in that third period, this game goes back to pretty much where we're started. Lindenwood's going to have to come out with a great period if Robert Morris comes out with that energy in the third.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can do that. We're going to go ahead and step aside. We are through 40 minutes of play, and the Robert Morris Eagles lead the Lindenwood Lions or excuse me, flip that. The Lindenwood Lions lead the Robert Morris Eagles by a score of 4-1. You're watching the ACHA Men's Tournament on YouTube. Welcome back inside the Chiller Easton Center here as the Lindenwood Lions and the Robert Morris Eagles have reached the second intermission, just about to wrap up here. Lindenwood on top of the Eagles by a score of 4-1. They also have 1:11 of penalty time that they got to kill to start this period to keep their 3-goal lead.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be, this is a pivotal start to this contest. The Lions have a 3-goal lead, but the Eagles have this 1:11 power play. It's always hard to come out and begin a period on the power play. Lindenwood did that in the second period. Nothing came up for that one. So Robert Morris has to have a game plan. You had 20 minutes to talk about it. Try to set up a game plan for this opening face-off. You got to get a goal here to kind of set the tone early for this third period.
I completely agree with you, by the way. Usually, a lot of times you'll hear people say, well, you know, you'll start the period with a power play, fresh sheet ice, here you go. Yeah. I feel like you don't have any momentum because you're coming off, you know, the legs, sure, they're fresh, but they're also haven't been used in 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You sit in there, you're contemplating. It's all thought about things for in the intermission, but it takes about 2 to 3 shifts to finally really get your footing and actually get back into a rhythm back out on the ice. You get the contact, and you take that first hit, you take that first shot, stuff like that. It's always harder to come straight out. You would think with the fresh ice it's a little bit easier, but in fact it's a little bit harder.
I agree, 100%. We'll see what the Eagles can do here. They have the man advantage. As we said, 1:11 left on it. Shots in that second period were 11 for Lindenwood for a 2-period total of 19, 9 for Robert Morris for a 2-period total of 17. Robert Morris in the middle of their 4th power play, and they do have 1 power play goal. Lindenwood 1 for 6 on the power play, but add a goal 1 second after a power play expired. I mean, you obviously don't get power play credit for that, but basically it makes you 2 for 6.
It's essentially a power play goal.
Anderson's going to send it in, and actually it was hit with a high stick. And we'll do it here. That should be in the offensive zone still.
Yeah, it should be an offensive draw for Robert Morris, and that's exactly what you wanted. 16 seconds in, you get that offensive draw. Now you can set up your power play.
Yep, just got to win a face-off. That's the big thing here, is to go ahead and win a draw. As Chastain will settle in to take it. He puts Burbach in the shooting hole behind him, and then 1 step further back is Stover. And the Lions tied up off the draw. They can't clear it out. Good job by Burbach as he had good support there to keep it in for a moment, and now it's going to be chopped down the ice.
Yeah, we saw at the very end of that period, Robert Morris did a really good job on that last power play, able to enter the zone and move that puck around because they were having fits just trying to get it in. Lindenwood was sending it out every time.
As Burbach is actually going to redirect this in with his feet. Townsend with 1 hand on the stick was able to clear it around further. This won't get out, though. Holding the line. There's a shot, and that hit a body in front. And they wait, and couldn't clear it. Good job by Burbach as he held it in for a second, and then there's a check, and it's going to be a Lindenwood power penalty again here.
Yeah. And again, it's away from the play. It's a rough, and that last contact. All the retaliation penalties have been called in this one, and another one from Lindenwood. They take another penalty. It's a 5-on-3 for only 15 seconds or so, but that evens up the penalties now. Now both teams are taking 6 penalties as Lindenwood, again, shoots himself in the foot here early.
Yeah, 57 seconds in. It's Carlson going off 2 minutes for slashing. And they're not going to let Holt get off here. Holt's going to have to go back on. Cole's going to have to go off here. Big face-off here with 15 seconds on the 5-on-3 clock.
And look at where they're set up. Martin, Koch, and Turner all lined up behind that face-off circle, looking to get that shot off the draw.
Yep, as it's not, face-off is 1 to the boards, and then it gets knocked back to Turner. Good start here to the man advantage. A face-off win, and they set it up. Turner, top of the circle, sends it off down low. That was collapsed quickly. Turner now goes over to the far side. 4 to go on the man advantage. That sent side of the net. Sharp angle shot, and a save was made, and a clear that's going to go right down the ice. Malin was able to play it as it was too far down for the guy coming out of the box, number 4, Klimalski, to have an opportunity. Or excuse me, there was a quick change. It was not Klimalski who was in the box, but they made a quick change afterwards. And now 1:30 to go on the new power play here for the Eagles. Martin cuts back to the middle, makes a move with the Blue Jacket logo at center ice. It gets in the zone, sent on through, a bouncing puck, and that just missed out of the cage. Good keep there by Koch, a little bit of a bump there, and now a penalty upcoming. Going to be to Robert Morris. Going to be a trip. Absolutely.
Yep. Level field now. Everybody's back to where we are as far as penalties go, and then it's a tripping call. That's the second time today that Robert Morris has canceled one of their power plays.
Yep, this one had 1:10 left on it, but it's going to be a tripping call as Martin will go off. And the time of this one is going to be 1:47. Well, and you know, the thing I always find interesting too is, you know, they were kind of, everybody threw their hands in there. I mean, we saw it up here.
Oh, absolutely. We could have made that call from up here. Any of these fans could as well. Maybe probably a couple people more in white than the maroon.
True. Well, 4 aside here for 1:10. It's some open ice. Let's see if Robert Morris can do anything with this here. They wait, and now they bring it onto the line and offside, as you said.
Yeah. Number 21 for the Eagles. That's Nick Yanni. Just couldn't hold up as they had to just kind of hold up on that blue line and just kind of enter the play just a little too soon.
Although there was also kind of a triple deke there on that line too, which makes it kind of tough to hold up there.
Yeah.
Hit the line with speed going forward. McGovern right on the red line. He decides to swing it on back, skate to stick on a nice play, and looking to get somewhere to go here is Ryan Martin coming back. He will look to load up. He dropped it off for McGovern. That missed, and now Heinzman has to chase back on a nice forechecking roll. This is just going to be fired around as the Eagles just couldn't seem to gain control of the puck, and Lepic just cleared it the length. And that's going to be an icing call. As back to get it will be Austin Wilk.
I feel like that's our first icing call in a very long time.
I agree. Yes. Yeah, that's a great point. In 30 seconds, the Lions will have 50 seconds of power play time. The draw is won by the Eagles, and they will tee it up and wind their cage, and here they go. 3 men hit their blue line with speed. Now it's sent on through. Yanni trying to catch up with it, and it's poked away and right back out to center. On a backhand, it's played across. Here's Lepic over the line. There's a shot, blockered right back into the corner, right back to Lepic. They tried to drop it to the point. There was nobody there, and actually the only man there was the guy standing behind the play. That was number 16 in white, Colbeans, and he'll peel off for a change. Now it is a power play here for the Lions, and there's a bump from behind as really running his man hard is Carlson. There's a centering pass. That hit a leg in front, and they turn and clear it. And another penalty coming up. This may be a set of penalties because it looked like they both took a final swipe, and it's actually going to be a trip to Carlson.
Hey, everything that's behind the play is being called. The referee is very tight on the whistle here, as that's the second penalty we've seen already in the first 3:17 of this third period.
Yeah, this is actually the third we've got down.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's
the Carlson slash, the Martin trip, and now Carlson for tripping.
My goodness.
Try to keep up with all this, huh? Let's see. So the Kalow penalty made Robert Morris 1 for 4, and then the Carlson 1 for 5. Lindenwood had a brief power play. They're 1 for 7. So Robert Morris 1 for 5, Lindenwood 1 for 7, and Robert Morris in 28 seconds will get their next power play. Holt, Rizzo a shot. That was blocked, and a good play by Klimowski, and now 3 Lions come to center with it. Give and go. It was caught up in the skates of Townsend. He couldn't handle it cleanly, and a wide turn for the Eagles has Burbach going through. A little bit of a chip and chase there as he got knocked down. Every hit, I'm looking at an official to see if there's a penalty.
There's a missed call on Robert Morris. Holt taking out Lozano here at the blue line.
Now the Eagles wind up here. Or, excuse me, it's the Lions winding up. It's Klimowski over the line. It is a power play for the Eagles as that's played in below the goal line. And a stretch pass finds its mark. Trying to cut through to the middle is going to be number 3, Ryan Martin. He fanned on the first shoot in, the second one connected. Rushmeyer behind the cage is going to get it. It's right back out to center. And a change here for the Eagles as they try to get their power play going. They got 1:10 left on it. It was played away from Owad by Malin. And then Malin helps force the play into the corner, but the Eagles will now wind up. Minute to go on their man advantage. Anderson with speed. Tried to make a little drag, and Owad didn't bite, and it's going to be cleared right back down the ice. Malin plays it around. Martin lost it. Look out here. A move to the middle and a shot, and Malin makes the save as it was turned over right onto the stick of Lombardi. And Malin was up to the task, though, on that shot.
Good job by Lindenwood getting a turnover in the offensive zone, especially on the penalty kill. Lombardi with a great chance in the slot, but good credit to Malin. Again, cuts off that angle, comes way out of his crease, cuts off the room to shoot, able to get that right in the chest and make a good save.
44 left now in this man advantage. 15:26 on the clock here. Third period. Robert Morris on trying to get on the comeback trail here, down by a score of 4-1. Looking to chase it down behind the cage and able to do so finally. I believe that's Koch loading up. He'll carry on through right through the middle. Peel off onto the right wing side. Good entry here. Koch now sends it back to McGovern. McGovern a drive, half slapper, half winder. That got the glass. Stryker now pinches in. Below the red line, and Molesby was forced off in the Lions, but they come at you in waves. You barely have a second to stand there, and they're so good just knocking that puck away and making plays.
Yeah, it's a nice job by the Lindenwood defense. Just a little too slow for Robert Morris, able to catch up to that puck, get a steal, clear the zone.
Koch gained the line, and then it rolled off his stick, and they forced that turnover as Rizzo now looks to come back for it. Using that as a shield, he'll wind up again. He was forced to the boards, but in a nice rink-wide feed. Hart couldn't handle it cleanly, and it's brought back in by Mitchell now. Mitchell's bumped, fights on through. He's battling with Rizzo in deep. We're now back to even strength, five-a-side hockey. We haven't been here for a while.
Yeah, it seems like it's been forever.
Cleared out to center, and now a one-on-one opportunity. Nice little toe drag, and they're in, and a save was made by CDOT. Remember that stop as Turner was coming down the middle. Big hit thrown there, and that puck's going to end up going out of play. Turner with an opportunity, and he just couldn't finish the move.
And that's all credit goes to CDOT on that one. Way to go for the goaltender, able to stay in front of that puck. Good lateral movement from CDOT, denies that opportunity. Nowhere really to shoot as he covered off every angle that was possible on that shot.
Yes, he did. And so now 6 minutes into the period, 6:01 into the period, Lindenwood out shooting the opposition 22-19. Again, low shots against. They only gave up 16 to Davenport. They're only giving up now 19 in this one. Mitchell winds and fires, and that's into the glove of Malin, and he will hold. And we'll do now an offensive zone face-off for the Lions.
It's been really impressive to see Lindenwood in this tournament through the two games that they've been so far. That's it. They've been one of the more dominant teams at the Day 1 tournament so far. Again, you mentioned 16 shots against Davenport, 19 against Robert Morris, a 6 seed in this tournament. Excellent job defensively by Lindenwood.
Yep, and you see why the goals against are so low. The shots on goal against is so low. As it's cleared to center and it gets out. Nice little backhand play by Reese to keep it moving. And now Townsend sends it through the middle. Zagradny off on the wing. That pass hit a skate, and it will end up back at center ice. Borowski with a check. Now it comes free, and it gets up to Chastain. Left wing side. He'll just shoot it in, and now going after it. The rest of his mates are changing. So Chastain's got to follow it up. It's tipped up the boards, and an easy out exit here for the Lions as now Green brings it over the line. It was an onside play, but poked right back out by the Eagles. Townsend giving chase back to it. Not enough for icing here. Chastain trying to force into a turnover, and it's the Lions, though, able to clear it up to center. Lepic takes it away. Lepic tried to knock it further for Townsend, but it's Lozano over the line. Lozano tipping it in. Back to get it will be number 7 in Burgundy. That is Harrison Cole. Winding up through the Columbus Blue Jacket logo at center. Cole now, inside, outside, move, and a shot, save, and the rebound, sat in the crease. It's turned over, a second shot, save as it was hit a body in front. Quickly, McGovern over rink wide. Along the far side boards, it's just going to be spun around and played in by Cole. Now it's tied up along the boards, and it's going to be dug out by the Lions, and they will come back the other way with speed. Carlson hit hard by Lepic. And no retaliatory, so maybe lesson learned for the players.
Yeah, smart job, great way to keep a level head.
Winding up, Cole will fire it in. He needs to go off after a long change. As it gets over to the near side boards, we're right outside the circle. Puck gloved, it had to be touched, and now look out here, a chance at a rising shot. I don't know if the diving play by Heinzman got a stick on it or not, but it's going to go out of play on that attempt by Koch.
Good job from Rizzo at the top of the point for Robert Morris, letting Koch touch that puck. That would have been a hand pass. If he would have took and fired that shot. That would have came back outside the zone. You wouldn't have gotten that scoring opportunity. That Koch just a little too high on it, trying to pick those corners. That's the places you have to beat CDOT.
Absolutely. He'd gotten to the middle, just couldn't get it. Get the bullseye on the shot. There's a pass through the middle. It's deflected. Hart, couple of shoulder shimmies. And then he got knocked down before he could finish the move by Nurmanen. A little bit of a check on a stand-up at the line by Rizzo. It's saucered ahead to Wilk, who's in control now. Nearly turned over, and Wilk got bumped by Hart, but it's cleared down, and Robert Morris will play catch in their end. Good outlet here. They try to tuck it up the wall. That didn't connect, and that's just going to be sent back in by the Lions.
Yeah.
And I think it got too much air under it, so we'll have a face-off at center ice with 11:28 to go.
Yeah, Owan knew it as soon as he let it go. It was just a little too much steam on it. It goes a little too high, and that's going to come all the way back out to center ice.
So a center ice face-off here with 11:28 on the clock. First 4 of the game to the Lindenwood Lions. The last one was scored by Robert Morris.
Yeah, the Eagles starting to run out of time. They'll need one here in probably the next 2.5 minutes to have a shot at this comeback.
That got flipped into the bench, and we'll do another face-off here. This might be, it's going to be actually just in front of the Robert Morris bench, just off us in the center ice zone.
Refs will have a chat about it just to make sure.
And they decide that that's right, and we'll do the face-off there.
It's a cohesive unit, those 4 men out there.
I tell you, they broke apart from that huddle like they were determined, too, that it's definitely right. Burbach flips it on through. Not saying it's not, just saying
no,
they really sold it well. Thrown to the middle, and that middle ice, and Borowski has it. He'll lay it up ahead to Burbach. Burbach a shot. That was kicked away. Into the far side corner. It's laid on back, and a good play to keep it in by Anderson. Now Borowski a shot that got deflected on the way through, and it rolled just wide. Nearly found that near side post. Chastain couldn't get it out of his skates onto his stick. He's got it now. Feathered on back to the point. Borowski, shot blocked and cleared out of the zone. Now we're starting to see some of them shot blocks that we saw back 2 days ago by the Lions.
Yeah, it's starting to more and more. We haven't seen any in the first 2 periods. We've seen at least 3 in here in this third.
Townsend on a lead feed. Casiato took it away. K-Lau now looks to wind up. He's being forced back. Koch really got him going, and now Lepic will pick him up. K-Lau blows a tire, but he's able to get it as far as center. McGovern taps it on to Casiato. Gains the line and braces for a check, sends it in. It never got around to get to Lepic. K-Lau had it poked off his stick, but he's able to fight through. A little bit of a hold there. Referees say play on, and Townsend will gain the red and just dump it on further. Rink-wide feed here as the Eagles look to bring it out. They are forced back here on a good forechecking play by K-Lau. And now McGovern skating it himself all the way down the ice, over the line, and shooting it in. Koch now grabs a turnover. A rising shot, and that was a good-looking shot and a save. Casiato, a shot that got blocked and off into the corner. Robert Morris pressing. That one
just missed the rafter.
I thought I heard it hit. I guess not. As an onside play, Casiato will tip it in. Lions a little bit on their heels as the Eagles really starting to try to press in this. An outlet pass hit Cole in the glove, so this should be a play on, I guess, okay?
Yeah, it took a deflection off a Robert Morris player before heading down in that corner.
Okay. No hand pass, though?
Nope.
Okay.
Off the shoulder.
Okay, fair enough. That's why you're here with me, man. Lead feed there. Yanni couldn't handle it cleanly. Now he just knocked it off the stick of Wilk, who then knocked Yanni off stride, trying to get to the front of the net with about now we're at the 9-minute mark. Wilk over the line, kind of shovels it up ahead. It was by the outstretched glove of Rizzo. Rolls into the corner. Carlson got boxed out as good work was done there by Scordilis. There's a bad angle shot that was saved. And the Eagles will bring it back up the near side boards. Falling down on the play with Rizzo. Pops right back up, but it's 2 Lions up at center with it. Dawes with 2 assists tonight brings it over the line. Moving to the middle, throws one on. Save was made in the rebound, got tucked at. Nearly tucked through the 5-hole of Malin, but he made the stop anyway. Puck now into the near side corner. They battle there. It works back to the line. Wilk a shot. That missed on the short side. Lions in control of the puck now. That didn't have enough to get to the man. That shot got wide and will carry him all the way around the boards. Digging it off, they drop it back to Wilk. Wilk throws it through, and there's another stop by Malin. Long shift here. The Eagles probably just going to look to change. Malsby couldn't get to it. And quickly they get it up to Lombardi. Back over the line come the Lions. Top of the circle. Dropped it off to the trailer. They get wide. Throw it in front to Lombardi, and that didn't connect. And now the Eagles try to escape back. Thrown to center. Slowed up by Burbach. He got run into, but just kept fighting through. It got over the line, but right back out. Turner Laid it behind his intended receiver, but a good job by teaming up there to get it over the line by Hart and Burbach. Shot on, saved by Malin, and now we get a little extracurriculars and hellos, and somebody is being directed to the penalty box from here.
Yeah, someone's going to be going out of this one. Lindenwood started to do exactly what they did to Davenport yesterday, on Friday, that when you have a couple-goal lead, they had that 3-goal lead in the third period. What's the best way to kill off as much clock as possible? Spend it in your offensive zone. That's what they did on that last shift. Excellent job by the Lions.
You are right about that, and at this time, we'll also go ahead and step aside here. 4-1 our score. Come back for the final 7:36 here. You are watching the ACHA Men's Division I National Championship.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by the Columbus Blue Jackets. For tickets and more, visit bluejackets.com. R-Bar, the official ACHA 2018 Nationals post-game hangout and best hockey bar in Columbus. And by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. Columbus has no off-season.
And we are back here as you take a look at the Lindenwood Lion bench. They are on top by a score of 4-1, making sure that they get all of their defensive assignments in order. It looked like the referee had pointed to the penalty box. Maybe he ended up not making the call on it, as there's nobody in the box at this point. So we would assume that we're going to be 5 aside coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, and I think that's smart from the officials. Yeah, so you had a couple of shots on either end, but in this point in time, you don't want to add fuel to the fire. We're getting close to the most penalties we've seen in the contest in this tournament so far. You don't want to keep that tight leash just that much when it's kind of a ticky-tack kind of thing like that. That's been let go most of the time so far in this tournament, and I think that's a smart call to let that one go from the officials.
Agreed. As we get it, just a player bumped into the goaltender. Player got admonished for bumping into the goaltender, and that's basically a play on after the timeout here. The Eagles can't keep it in. Good job getting back here by Burbach. Took a little slash on the hand, but he will wind up anyway. A backhand saucer pass. He was looking for Stryker. Heinzman has it, moves in, and offside call came.
That was a very late offside
really late.
Call.
Plus, he was the only man up, wasn't he? How'd that end up being offside?
I'd say that's a very interesting call.
Because he knocked it down ahead of himself, carried over to Heinzman. There must have been a Lion coming out of the zone on the far side there, because I don't remember seeing anybody come by. Well, possibly a break there for the Eagles.
Robert Morris was trying to get a penalty out of the officials as well for him shooting that puck after the whistle there.
I was watching there. It was nearly instantaneous afterwards, so the refs weren't biting on that one. Long stretch pass, never found Burbach as it was knocked down, and Mitchell brings it in. Sends it to the middle. Give and go as he runs it with Lozano. Lozano now has to go get it into the far side corner. The Eagles try to take a stab at it and move it up the wall. They cannot. It comes loose into the slot. Oh, and fanning on it there. Look out. It's a good rebound there by the Eagles to clear it as far as the line. Puck at center is going to be kicked down and now winding up over the line. What a move here. They cut to the middle. A shot. Scores! What a drive. Number 5, I believe that is Reese who let it go, and it is a 5-1 game.
The one gap for Malin tonight, that's the one, as Reese just gets into a good scoring lane, fires a wrist shot that just goes off the shoulder of Malin, just kind of trickles back into the back of the net. That's one you don't normally see out of a goaltender of Malin's caliber, and that's just a bad bounce for Robert Morris. And with 6:43 to go, that might seal the deal here in this one, Thomas.
Yeah, it was right around the 13-17 mark that they scored the goal against Davenport to open up their 3-goal lead, and now they re-get their 4-goal lead here back. And it is an unassisted goal, as he actually pretty much got it off of a turnover at center and made no mistake about it. They battle into the corner. The Eagles will just try to see what they can do now. Moving it up the right wing side. They send it to the middle. There was nobody home there on that little touch pass, and the Lions now send it to the middle, and there was nobody home on that little touch pass. Finally, hard on the puck and bringing it over the line was number 7, Cole. He will attack and make a little bit of a shoulder shrug there, and Cole, the defenseman, still looking now to hit anything that can move. As that puck's going to be angled in, it'll 2-hop, and Malin has it, and he had it long enough. Oh, the whistle was behind us. Yeah. I heard the whistle, and 2 rings here at Chiller Easton. I thought that we had a break and play on this one. That's sent up high.
Look at that. Oh, I have a comment about that one if we get a whistle here.
Oh, go ahead. What do you got for us?
That went over. There's a little tube at the top of the rafters you may see when that puck goes up. That went over the rafter and came back down.
Wow, how about that play on, though, right?
Yeah, didn't touch anything.
There's a play to the middle. That didn't quite connect. And it was Lombardi at 15-19 in the last game that helped ice that one. And on this one, it is Reese at 14, there's 14-23 left. It was at 13-17 he got the goal.
I'm still baffled by that puck going up over the rafters. I could not believe there's not much of a gap up there. That was really impressive.
Maybe that's something that they worked on in practice here because this is where Lindenwood's been.
I guarantee 9 times out of 10 that'll hit that stanchion. And we got an empty net here for Robert Morris. Last ditch effort here for the Eagles.
Yeah, I like it. You know what difference does it make if you lose by 4 or lose by 8?
If lose right there.
Yeah, it was seen and tried to toe drag out, more digging away. Everybody looking for it. The referee says he can see it, and it skirts free. Wow, what are the odds that they're good job by the official. They have the discipline there not to just blow it dead instinctively. Rizzo, forced, tried to lay it to the middle. Oh, wide, just wide. Now the Eagles wind it up again. Chastain plays it over to the near side. Burbach couldn't get in past Wilk. Wilk took a shot. It hit Rizzo on the inside of the skate, didn't get deep. Everybody's got it at center. Now Zagradny's got it. Moving to the middle, plays it off on the wing. Mitchell moving in, scores. An empty net goal for Mitchell. The lead is 5 with 4:35 to go. And it looks like the Lindenwood Lions are on their way to the Final Four here.
Yeah, punching their ticket with that one. That'll seal the deal here, 6-1 with just 4 minutes and change to go. And it's just been an all-around impressive performance out of Lindenwood. And I will say this right now. I would make them my favorite to win this tournament. They've impressed me the most out of any team so far in this tournament.
Yeah, they have looked very good. The other 3 games still to come today. 1:30 Ohio, Illinois, Adrian and Central Oklahoma at 5, Minot State, Colorado at 8:30. They all might be looking up here at Lindenwood, who came in as the actual 3 seed. But, boy, they look very, very tough.
And saying they've had that 3 seed all season long, and it's just been really impressive to see. You talk about the Minot States and the Adrians and how they're usually your favorites. Lindenwood, don't count them out there. I would pick them to advance to at least the national championship and have a shot for that title if they keep playing the way they've been playing over the last 2 games.
Well, remember, so you hear the 8 total losses for the Lions on the season. They have 3 of those were OT losses. One of them was a shootout loss. So tack those up. That means they've only lost 4 in regulation time. And remember, this is a team that's played 19, has won 19 games against ranked competition, lost 8. So of their entire schedule, only 6 teams during the season were not ranked when Lindenwood are in this tournament here.
Yeah. And that's battle tested right there. That's all that those set lines mean. This team is used to playing high caliber teams. And when you're used to playing high caliber teams, you play a high caliber game. And that's what we've seen so far.
Yep, Stryker gains the line and fires it in with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go. We've got shots listed at 30-24. Late change here. McGovern had to hold on to it. He falls awkwardly as Turner brings it in over the line. Turner wants to cut to the middle, and it's just going to roll and be held as Turner got shrugged off for his troubles, and it's going to be held by the netminder.
Yeah, the biggest thing now for Lindenwood is just keep a level head. We've seen Robert Morris kind of lose their way with those penalties in the second period. Lindenwood doesn't want to take any DQs, don't want to take any game of Scott next year, nothing that's going to be over the top that's going to kick them out of the semis.
You're right about that with 3:10 on the clock here. We're going to get an offensive zone face-off. Chastain's got Burbach in the shooting hole behind him. It's caught up in the official skate and finally dug out by Lindenwood, and they will bring it back. They gain the red and will diagonally dump it to the near side corner. 3 minutes on the clock. Lead feed gets to Burbach. Burbach sends it in wide. Just unable to catch up to it was Turner, who finishes his check. And that has number 20 back to get it in burgundy. That was Bo Borowski. McGovern, rink wide. I believe that's Borowski again, trying to get it out of the zone, and he will force it out. Mitchell falls down. And now it's Lepic over the red line. Lepic makes a move, and apparently there was an offside there as Burbach, I think, had gotten both skates into the zone and Face-off will come to center ice with 2:29 on the clock.
Yeah, I've just kind of lost the puck there for a moment. Tried to bring it in on his, before entering the zone. You can do that as long as you hold on to the puck. He just lost it for a moment and led to the offside.
So Yanni will settle in to take this face-off here against number 10, Nick Green. And Green will win the draw back. And the two guys were caught together, and they unfurl with no penalties being called, and then a puck goes out of play, and a face-off will come to center ice. Check that. They'll move it to right in front of the Lindenwood bench.
Yeah, it goes up out of play.
Oh, actually, they're going to move it all the way into the offensive zone. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, look at that. Still able to change those.
Actually, I think they're pulling the players back
on
the ice.
Yeah, there you go.
They're pulling the players on.
Yeah, making them go back on. Linden looked like they were going to sneak that change in.
Yep. And Lombardi taking a nice round, slow way to the bench. And now Lindenwood, with this, will actually end up using their timeout. So a timeout, Lindenwood. We're going to go ahead and take it with them. 2:23 on the clock, 6-1 our score. Come on back for the conclusion of this one.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, the official merchandise sponsor of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape of the ACHA. And by the Three-Legged Mare, located right in the heart of downtown Columbus.
Welcome back inside Chiller Easton here. 6-1 our score as the Lindenwood Lions, the 3-seed, lead the 6-seeded Robert Morris Eagles. Again, they do reseed after into the Final Four. So if everything stays as is, Lindenwood, I believe, would then face number 2, Adrian. And if everything stays according to Hoyle, which, again, based on what's happened so far in this tournament, it's not a crazy thought. But I'm thinking that we might get an upset here in one of these.
I guarantee. I think you'll say a tournament cannot go chalk this long into the tournament.
Exactly. There was the 9-8 matchup. Outside of that, we've basically stayed the way that the rankings have drawn it up.
Yep. Anyone that bet chalk on the hockeyrock.com D1 bracket pool, they're looking pretty good right now.
Yes, they are, as that one's blockered out of play. And honestly, I was impressed by Colorado last night. They really, I've seen Dearborn play a couple times. Michigan Dearborn, known for their speed, and it looked like Colorado was even faster.
And I'm excited for this one. That's Colorado and taking on Minot State. Colorado, only one of 2 teams. The other one was UNLV to beat Minot State this season. It wasn't Colorado at altitude. I will mention that. But Colorado, it's going to be a tough draw for Minot, who didn't really dazzle anybody in the quarterfinals 2 nights ago.
Yeah, they knocked out Arizona. And, yep, that was back on Friday night. And they will be the last game of the night tonight with 1:53 on the clock in this one. 6-1 our score. Puck to the line. Kaylau couldn't control it easily, and he ended up turning it over. Looking to get wide here is Dahlberg. He fanned on it, trying to shoot it in. Blew a tire for his troubles as well, and then Kaylau was run out by Chastain. Borowski behind the net. Burbach on it. Safely out of his zone. Makes a couple men miss, and feathers one on to Chastain. Chastain tried to lower the shoulder and get in front. He could not. He was pushed off. Now looking for somewhere to go is Chastain. He doesn't really have much to do with it, so he fires it back to the point with McGovern a shot. That hit bodies in front. Cleared right back to McGovern. He fakes and then tried to shoot that one, and that one came off the stick of Mitchell and just deflected off into the corner. Now Cole throws one in, and that's going to be stuck off into the near side boards and finally tipped out, and Kaylau will throw it in deep. Malin blockers it into the far side corner, and something happened behind the play.
Yeah. Lombardi and I believe that's the Burbach game together there.
Yeah, I don't know if he speared him or what, but I took a look and he was, there was a player down, and Burbach will go off. And he's also sending somebody off for the Lions, I believe.
Yeah, it looks that way. Someone's coming over.
And it's a second call because they're showing that well, maybe not. What is this here?
And they're going to show the door to one of the Lions over here. Number 24. That's Zagrani. He's going to take an early trip to the showers here with a minute to go. This is what I talked about. You don't want to take the misconduct penalties when you know the game's in hand. We'll see what the referees actually dole out here.
You know what I actually think it might have been, because I kind of glanced up and saw what the referee, what he kind of pointed at there. He may have called Zagrodzny for coming off the bench while the skirmish was happening in the middle.
Oh boy, that's not a good call either. If that ends up being the call that's made.
Because I took a look and there were 6 Lions on the ice at that point. And nobody had really gotten anywhere close to the bench, and I wonder if that might be the call. Take a listen here. So it was 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, and now Burbach, where he was heading into the Lindenwood bench.
And now he's going to take an early exit here.
He was going to go 1-on-all versus the Lindenwood bench there.
It was Burbach against the world there for a moment. And his season will come to an abrupt end with a minute to go.
Yep, as he just got sent off to the locker room here, and now we'll do it again. An offensive zone face-off for the Lions. There's nothing actually on the scoreboard, but I guess with a minute 1 left, they would end up a DQ. Now, does that mean he missed the first game next year?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's the rule there.
Martin a chance, and that shot didn't get through, and a little bit of a stick hold there as CDOT shows the sportsmanship off. They gain the line. Keep your head up here the final 40 seconds.
Seriously.
Mitchell now wants to saucer one rink wide. It never connected there as Nerman couldn't get it. Mitchell now will have to get back defensively. 3-on-2 for the Eagles. There's a shot, a save, and the rebound was stopped too. And it's going to be cleared right back down the ice. This will not have enough for icing, and that's going to allow the Eagles one last push here. 20 seconds on the clock, 6-1 our score. Martin gains the line, left wing side, moves it in, tried to cut through. Borowski hooking up with Carlson, and it's poked away. 11 seconds to go. Dipping the shoulder, Klimowski tried to fire it through. No, and a little dance-on play there. Didn't work for Nick Green. Cleared out to center, and in 2-1. The Robert Morris Eagles are going home. The Lindenwood Lions, the 3 seed, will play on as they will beat the Robert Morris Eagles. Final score in this one, 6-1. Pretty good stuff here today.
Excellent job by the Lindenwood Lions in this one. They have been the most consistent team in this tournament so far. They moved on to the semifinals as just another all-around solid defensive effort. Credit Robert Morris. They did a fantastic job. 29 shots on goal. The shots pretty much even, 31-29, but it's the shot selection. It's the shots that were taken that CDOT was able to see most of them the entire way and make all those saves. But give credit to this Robert Morris team. I remember going over at the ice, I was talking to a bunch of the other teams and asking them, who do you not want to see in this tournament? Everyone's answer was Robert Morris.
Really?
No one wants to play this Robert Morris team just because of the aggressive way that they played. And a fantastic season for them. It ends a little shorter than they would like, but giving them a hell of a lot of credit for the way they played in this tournament, getting to this quarterfinal, and unfortunately exiting out. But Lindenwood, they're moving on. They've got another shot at another title, and they'll be one of the final 4 teams that'll play at the Ice House tomorrow.
Yep, you said it. We don't know. Opponent TBD as they're going to reseed for the Final 4, but they will skate off with a 6-1 victory. For Matt Coma, I'm Thomas Piano. Thank you so much for joining us here. You're watching the ACHA Division I Men's Tournament. Lindenwood plays on tomorrow. You all have a great day. You too, sir.
No, I sucked. I have no points.
But your comments were pinpoint, precise, and factually accurate. So you know what? That means you did a good job.
All right, thank you. Halfway there.